moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD Performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1.
With voice. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACD Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I am your host, Blackjack, and the only one here for today, unfortunately, alongside, of course, our match host, Eisen, as we are here for the first game of the day, Sage Empire versus Tilt Esports on the map of Clubhouse, which will be going live on your screens right now, for that matter. Clubhouse, of course, a map that we have seen so many times when it comes to our entire region, especially during the times when Oregon was not available due to it being reworked. Excuse me, I accidentally hit my mic right there. Anyway, coming back to the match at hand, Sage Empire versus Tilt Esports, an interesting game indeed. Sage Empire, as far as I remember, the last time I was casting them was in the qualifiers for the previous league that we had. Tilt Esports, I'm not sure if I have yet. If I haven't, my memory is a little faulty this morning, I do apologize. But if I haven't, well, I'll be interested to see how they play, and if I have, well, I'm still interested to see how they play against Sage Empire today. Already a couple of bans coming out from the side of both teams, as Tilt have banned Thatcher and Sage Empire have banned Maverick. Nice and quickly right here from the attacking roster, meaning that we've only got the defenders remaining on the map of Clubhouse, and Kaid will be banned as well. That's the counter defensive ban to the Thatcher ban that we had right there, making sure that the hatches will be openable even in the absence of Thatcher and Maverick. And of course, Kaid being banned leaves only one slot remaining, and that slot will be taken up by the Mira. No surprises right there. Fairly standard Clubhouse bans coming out from both teams, as Mira is just one of those operators who is so powerful with that one-way black mirror of hers, meaning that the ban phase has been taken care of. Thatcher, Maverick, Kaid, and Mira are your bans for today. And with that being said, let's have a quick look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for all of our viewers to enjoy. From the side of Sage Empire, we've got Edrico, Montrosky, Flying Death, Yala, and Zora. And from the side of Tilt Esports, we've got Sedatic, Killster, Smoke Dev, Exterminator, and Muckhawk. And we're going to be going straight to Basement Church and Arsenal Room right off the bat from the side of the defense. Round one will be underway, and an interesting six-pick right there, as in Legion to Legion from the defensive side. Melissa will be in place, so will Maestro, so there will definitely be some impact tricking going on, as that's already 4 impact grenades I'm getting to see from Maestro and Legion. And Exterminate is running the C4, of course. I thought he was running the impacts. That would have been an interesting thing to see. Kitchen Hatch would be completely unopenable for anybody involved, Hibana and Ace. But regardless, it will still be hard to open that Kitchen Hatch with 4 impact grenades coming out in that direction. And with the Maestro's Bailiff, of course, he can just make sure that those angles are opened up early. Sedatic looks like he's going to be doing the age-old smoke sitting inside of Dirt Tunnel strategy. And there's going to be a couple of ADSs that will support him in that endeavor. Nothing too much coming out, nothing too out of the blue coming out from Tilt Esports' defense of the bat, as it is only day 1, match 1 of Division 3 in the first week. So it should be pretty interesting to see how they start things off, and looks like they're starting things off fairly standard. Nothing too special coming out, as they don't want to, give away too many of those hidden strategies, saving strats, as it's called, of course. Sage Empire, in the meanwhile, they will be looking to learn what Tilt Esports has set up for the time being. There will be some predictions going on, some, like, okay, this is what we're expecting and this is what they're doing, a little bit of comparison and whatnot. Analytical data constantly going off in their heads, as Enrico is already on the blue stairs, trying to find Jaeger behind that big unit. of blue. Not going to find him just yet. Montrosky in the meanwhile trying to find somebody down inside of Deep Arsenal, playing a little bit of vertical. Legion, he's watching the kitchen window, curiously enough, through that angle that was opened by the bailiff not too long ago. Macaque right here, he's waiting. He's already used up an impact grenade, possibly to open up a rotate, as Killster is going to start things out by taking down Enrico. That is the Zofia who was trying to push through blue, gone already for the side of the attack. Unfortunate, they've lost a big piece of their utility. The attackers, that is, and of course a big piece of the soft breach right there, leaving Flying Death and Zora, the other two soft breach operators, remaining, alongside of course the two hard breachers in play. Exterminate, opening up some lines of sight on the main hallway right now. He's expecting a push coming in, as I believe a set of summer breaches is going off on that wall. That is the church triple wall, with Zora watching through the hatch. Maestro's Aldo's going to go off for a second now, but not going to find anybody. He knows that there's somebody on main stairs. Potentially Killster's going to take some damage and will go down. That's Flying Death with the kill on blue, as it's a 4v4 going into 55, and Montrosky's going to find one more. Smoke Dev goes down, and it's a 4v3 right now. Sage Empire are coming in a little strong. Smoke grenades go off to cut off lines of sight. Exterminate is going to pre-fire through that, and he will connect. Drops the diffuser in the hallway. Montrosky goes down, leaving it a 3 versus 3, but a big advantage being that diffuser can drop. Macaque finds one more. Flying Death goes down, and there's a push into Church from Yala. He's trying to find Exterminator. Not successful yet, as the Ash is trying to push in. I'm not sure where. Okay, down the motor hatch already. Yala's taking so much damage. He knows that there's someone in blue, but he's going to be taken out by Exterminator instead of Arsenal. And there goes Zora from Macaque as well. The two T5 SMGs light up for the side of the defense, as we'll see in the Act 5, but an instant replay right there, as round 1 goes to the side of Tilt Esports. Fantastic round coming out from them, holding out even when a couple of bodies dropped in unfortunate situations, especially Yala, excuse me, not Yala, the Melusi right there. Exterminator, yes, he dropped the diffuser in the hallway. That was big right there. Even with Ash down in Moto, as in dropping down the Moto hatch, she couldn't get in there to recover because of the Melusi playing Deep Arsenal with those lines of sight. And then, of course, you had Macaque the Legion doing damage, conversely, on the blue angle. Very, very well done from the side of Tilt Esports on round 1, as they'll be going to second floor gym bedroom on round 2. And I see a bandit pick coming in alongside the castle. So once again, it looks like fairly standard stuff is about to come out from the side of the defense. Nothing too special, nothing too huge immediately. And not to be expected at this point, you know. Like I said in the last round, you don't want to, you know, reveal all the cards that you're playing with. You want to play it a little close to the chest and reveal them only when you really need to, and that is what Tilt Esports is doing right now. Sage Empire, they're going to see this gym bedroom defense. It's a little surprising, of course, seeing as Tilt could have gone CCTV, but they've decided not to. There will be some emphasis towards the CCTV cache room area, with reinforcements, an ADS or two, and maybe even a deployable shield going off from the Wamai. And that'll probably be held down by either Wamai or Castle, with a line of sight through construction and a rotate, as we see, being made towards the side of Red Stairs. Action phase already in play, of course, and once again we've got a double hard breach coming out from Sage Empire. Maverick being banned, of course, puts things in a little bit of a twist for attacking teams on Clubhouse, because Maverick is very useful in terms of saving resources, and just his blowtorch alone can do a lot for a team. But Macaque trying to take a fight right now. We'll see the buck. He's going to light him up. No, he's going to get lit up instead, and he's going to have to fall back down the blue stairs all the way down to basement. Very unfortunate for him, as he's going to just fall back. He's going to have to regroup with his team potentially, and he's going to have to rethink how he approaches this round, being that low on HP. There's a lot of emphasis onto the CCTV push from the side of Sage Empire right now. They really want to get in there, and they'll get one. That's Killster off the board. Looks like that was on red. Unfortunate, as one will drop. That is the Wamai as well, so it's a big, big kill that Sage Empire needed at this point. And with no defender being low on HP, it's going to help them push in even better, seeing as, of course, the Jaeger is so low. Proximity alarms are going off as the castle is rotated down the construction hatch, somehow successfully through bar. which means that CCTV control might be given away, cache control that is, although not as easily because Smoke Dev, the Maestro, is holding on a very thin angle through logistics all the way to cache door facing construction. Flying Death pushing up the red stairs right now is going to take out a bit of utility, some barbed wires in his path, and he's going to make some soft breach into the side that he's trying to get in, of course. Smoke Dev in the meanwhile pre-fires through the logistics wall. Not going to find anybody, as slowly but surely construction will be taken over as well by Sage Empire. The Jaeger's been spotted, but Zora will not be able to connect right there. Flying Death, however, will connect onto Exterminator. That's a big drop as well. The castle goes down, and it's a 3v5 for Tilt Esports to try and play and make that a 2v5 as one more drops. Macaque goes down, and now logistics looks like there's only the Maestro remaining to try and hold off. Flying Death trying to push into sight, knows that the bandit's peeking through the door towards mid-stairs, potentially bathroom. And Enrico, he's trying to get in to Jim as well. There goes one more. Sedatic will drop. Yala takes that kill, and the Maestro is damaged so much. Smoke Dev caught in a very unfortunate situation, and Flying Death will make sure to put him out of his misery as Sage Empire, in a return to form for them, are going to take a round 2 very, very emphatically. A flawless round for that matter, as we'll be moving into round 3 in a quick moment. 1-1 is the score line. However, there seems to have been a little bit of a disconnect coming out from the side. Oh, no, never mind, he's back. Zora, he was the one to disconnect right there, right at the end of the round, mind you, so no harm, no foul in round 2. And of course, he's back before round 3 could start. So he'll be taking Ash and moseying on his way to get some more kills to help his team out just that little bit more. Round 3 is going to be underway, and we're actually going back to second floor gym bedroom as well on the side of Tilt Esports, who had a very unfortunate round. Obviously, they did have a very unfortunate round the last time they came. It was literally 1 round ago. But, you know, sometimes you just have to state the obvious. As a round 3, gym bedroom, I'm looking at the team setup that they have. It's not too different from the... It isn't actually different from the one they had the last time. So they're confident in this setup that they have for themselves right now. This operator lineup, Sedatic with the Jaeger, Killster with the Ramai, Exterminator with the Castle, Maestro coming out from Smoke Dev, and of course Macaque with the Bandit.
10 seconds
But
left.
who knows? It could work out. It couldn't. The Maestro ban, excuse me, the Maverick ban will certainly help them out in this situation, seeing as, of course, Mav cannot come in and just soft wall trick even with the Bandit in play. So he's just going to, the Bandit, excuse me, is going to make sure that, you know, the walls are protected from any hard breaches coming out from the side of Sage Empire. Action phase is already in play, of course, ladies and gentlemen, as a Sage Empire, after that, off the back of that very, very good round coming out from them, they'll be looking to take another one right here. But, oh, there we go. Flying, that's actually going to start things off by taking down Sedatic. That's a big drop as well. That is the Jaeger of the board, but he's being contested on red stairs right now, and he has to be very careful. So does Killster, mind you. He could be taken down by that C8 SFW of the Buck, but it's not going to be for the time being, as the Selma Breach will go off on the CC main wall. And Flying Death is still trying to peek this, I think, or just trying to throw in drones. And Killster is going to have to be careful because there is now an ace repelling on that exact angle that he is situated on. There we go, proxy alarms are going off. Flying Death has pushed up, and that is, of course, known to the side of the defense. But the Buck is very brave in his antics right now as he's trying to find a defender or two. The proxy alarm still going off. He's finally going to shut it down, but a little too late, of course, seeing as his... there we go. His position was given away a long time ago, and Killster will take advantage of that information and a little bit of a misplay from Flying Death. But now he has to worry about construction window, which has been broken open, and red hallway, and of course the breach from CCTV. Damage is done, and he's basically on 1 HP right now, and there's a down coming in onto Exterminator. In the meanwhile, the castle is down, and that is Zora doing the damage right there, and there goes Killster as well. Any second now, the castle will be dropped. There we go. And the Maestro did not peek. He was there. He was peeking that angle through logistics the entire time, but he just happened to move away, reloading. And unfortunately for him, and for the side of Tilt, Exterminator falls. 50 seconds remain in a 2v4 situation, and oh, make that a 1v4. Montrosky with a beautiful pre-fire onto Macaque is going to leave Smoke Dev once again, the last one standing. That was a very interesting attempt at a breach right there, but of course the ADS denied it. He can still go for the plant inside of Gym, as the Maestro is caught inside of Logistics. Nowhere to go, all angles being watched. Post-plant 1v4, there's only so much Smoke Dev can do, and he's trying to rotate into construction, tried to make a quick breach into construction. Did not work out. Enrico heard that. He dropped in, stopped him from getting through, as we'll see that, of course, in the Act Fibernet instant replay right here, ladies and gentlemen. And round 4 will be underway 2-1 in favor of Sage Empire, who have started off strong after an unfortunate round 1. Rounds 2 and 3 have gone very quickly in their favor, and we're headed back to Basement Church and Arsenal Room for round 4. Beautiful, beautiful start coming out from the side of Sage Empire. After that unfortunate round 1, of course, you know, rounds 2 and 3 were very, very important to equalize and then take that early game lead. You want to make sure you do every single time you play in this map. Again, Clubhouse is a pretty defender-centered map, as it goes similar to New Oregon, but even then, winning attacking rounds in the first half is very, very important for any attacking team, because it puts you in an advantage going into round 7 roll swap. That means you, excuse me right there, you will be able to defend that much easier and have lesser rounds to win going into post roll swap.
10 seconds to go.
We're almost at the action phase of round 4 right here, ladies and gentlemen, and things are looking once again fairly standard from the side of Tilt. Nothing too different. The only major difference I'm seeing right now is no Legion. Macaque has taken the Bandit, interestingly enough, and he's already deployed 3 of his batteries. That's on the church wall, of course, to make sure that it doesn't get breached by the Selma this time around. So who knows, we might see some interesting plays coming out from them, we might not. And the Bandit with the MP7, of course, we know how strong he can be, but against the way Sage Empire is playing, he might have to step up his game even more. Already inside of Garage, Enrico, the Zofia, he's going to have to be pretty careful. The last time they pushed down towards Basement Church, Enrico tried to push down Blue Stairs, and he was taken out for his trouble by the Jaeger. I forget who it was exactly in that round. Could have been Killstar. I believe it was, actually, as he's back there on the Jaeger yet again, right behind that unit on Blue, the electrical unit right there. Lots of cover for himself and ADS, potentially to save him from flashbangs or grenades or whatever come his way. 2 ADSs for that matter. And Sedatic once again with the smoke shield on Dirt Tunnel.
Going live.
Minute 50 remains. Hatches are being opened right now. Yala with the Hibana. He's going to make sure that the Blue and Moto have been opened up for the side of Sage Empire to take advantage of, but is this going to be a shot for Enrico? Flashbang comes in, but there's ADSs to deny. There's another set, and that second ADS can only deny 1 more piece of utility and no more than that. Killer's going to have to be, Killster's going to have to be pretty careful right now as that angle is being watched. Will Zofia he will, but no damage will be done, and a little shake of the head from Enrico confirms that he didn't exactly want that to happen the way it did. He wanted to inflict some damage, but was unable to, unfortunately for him, as the round will continue on. Flying Death establishing verticality through Kitchen right now for Sage Empire. Again, they're doing a lot this round, but damage will be inflicted. Flying Death takes a lot of damage, in fact, from Smoke Dev, as Killster will take down Yala in the meanwhile. That is Hibana off the board, pushing through. Blue will go down, and that's going to put Sage Empire in a big disadvantage. They did not need to lose a body, especially close to the 45-second mark, and now Montrosky's trying to push down, trying to pressure the Jaeger alongside Enrico, but how much can they do? Enrico's going to push up oil pits right now. He will be seen, and that's an easy kill once again. Killster, he knows there's an ace, and he will take that as well. Does he know he's downed him? He does now. Kill confirmed. Triple for Killster this round. He's done an amazing job holding on Blue as the last 2 attackers now stuck on Moto and Church Hallway. Flying Death, unfortunately, flashes himself in a bad situation, throws another one in successfully. He's gonna have to get in there, but there's McCock to shut him down. That leaves the last man standing. No, that leaves no men standing for the side of Sage Empire. A very unfortunate attack for them as a flawless round comes out from the side of Tilt Esports, as we get to see that on the Act Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round from Tilt Esports to equalize things going into round 5. Very, very well done. Gym Bedroom did not work out for them for 2 rounds straight, and finally coming back to Basement Church, they were able to assert their dominance. With that being said, second floor CCTV will be the side of choice coming out from the defense as round 5 is underway. Also, before we get into round 5, right quick, it seems that Baba Gusta actually has joined us. Baba, how do you feel today?
Yeah, Jack, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I do have to apologize for missing all the action out, but hey, I'm right back as we proceed to round 5. 2-2 score has been equalized, and the site is going to be on second floor CCTV and cash room. Now, we actually did see Killster making those wonderful plays right from that blue bunker, eliminating 2 of the players of Sage Empire, giving them the opportunity that they need, and also made sure that they would get the flawless win as they need. So with that, if we do check on the operator picks that they have seen on the side of the defenders, we have the Valkyrie as well as the Womai being in play, as we're going to see check out the scoreboards. Killster with a total of 5 kills, with that amazing triple kill being displayed right from that previous round. And looks like with that score equalized, we have absolutely no idea on who's going to be in the upper hand. Will Tilt Esports get that, upper-handed lead, or will Sage Empire will do the same? So with that, action phase will be in play, and Womai with those magnet nades with the deployable shield, he's going to be able to hold out on cash room. So I believe Killster will be the one who's going to be holding it, and also quite a lot of floors being destroyed to hold the angle right from the stock room. So whenever there is a specific operator, just like either an IQ or an Ash, it tries to goes for that verticality play, the Jaeger will be there to get those confirmations and eliminated. Monstrosky with the ace Selma breaches. First, he's going to drone it out to see whether if there is any bandit operator or one of those bandit charges being deployed, so that they have to make sure that the bandit will be eliminated and proceed to open up those walls. Now, we do, however, see one of the operators on defense playing on the tunnels to hold right from the moto stairs, and that would be Exterminate playing as the Valkyrie. So one of them repelled, that would be the Ace, and Womai will be on the garage catwalk. So a lot of damage being deployed from Killster and MechHawk, and looks like one of the operators, that would be MechHawk, will be there to eliminate Flying Deck. That is the Buck right from the stock room, eliminated, and they're already at a man disadvantage here. MechHawk going for that bandit trick. He will be able to trick one wall, but won't be able to trick another one, which would, however, gives them a line of sight, but they don't have access to that particular site. The only thing that they can do is get in, but MechHawk will be there to find that weakness yet again, eliminating the Zofia, but Ace will be there to confirm, saying that the bandit is present on the cash room, so he will do his work using his Selma breaches one to open up the walls, and also another Selma breaches to take out that deployable shield. 55 seconds left for the attackers as Yala and the Ash are pushing in from the construction, as MechHawk, he'll get another one, make that a quad as he eliminates Yala, and now it's all down to Monstrosky. Well, he's not going to be there, and that would be the ace for MechHawk, as Tilt Esports will win their site yet again on round 5, second floor CCTV. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet instant replay. Man, that ace was amazing. Don't you think, Jack?
It was indeed, Baba. It was an amazing ace coming out from Bandit right there. And ironically enough, the last kill he got to confirm the ace was ace. Jokes aside, of course, Gym Bedroom is going to be the site of choice coming out from Tilt Esports. Mind you, they have lost twice on Gym Bedroom so far, and they're going to need to step things up, change things up exponentially to win this round that they're going into. This site has been the bane of their defensive existence so far, and they will really be, they'll be hyper aware of that, of course, as this time they've got the Clash in play. Exterminator bringing in the British Shield Operator. Oh boy, this one's going to be an interesting one. Clash, we all know, is a veritable pain in the neck for a lot of attacking teams right there. And she can just basically wireless barbed wire, if I were to make that stretch, excuse me. But no Melusi in play, interestingly enough, as you know, Melusi Clash is a very dangerous combination, of course. We've seen that time and time again. But Tilt Esports don't want to invest in that. They brought in the Alibi, who, with her Prismas, of course, can do a little bit of bamboozle to the side of the attackers. This is, of course, round 6, the last round before role swap. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Sage Empire approaches this round. They've been able to take the site successfully twice, excuse me right there, but will it work out a third time, especially after 2 back-to-back rounds from the side of Tilt Esports? And not just back-to-back rounds, Tilt Esports took a flawless round on Basement Church, and then an ace from the Bandit Macaque on the last round to shut them down. So Sage Empire really are going to have to be careful in how they make this push happen, how they manage their resources. Their droning and intel gathering has to be top-notch as the Clash, in the meanwhile, she's playing inside of CCTV just by the cash door, and there's going to be a push coming in from there in just a quick second. There's also, of course, support for the Clash. You don't want the Clash to be caught alone, as Verticality is being played by Flying Death right now. He's trying to catch some defenders off guard, but will he be able to? Not quite yet. Exterminator has got to be careful because there's a Hibana right next to him who could flash and, take him out as quickly as possible. Killster, however, for cover right now, along with Sedatic on red stairs. Do they know that there's the castle here? They do now because of the damage inflicted and the shot fired. He's going to take some damage, trying to get back in, and he will go down. That's Flying Death taking care of the castle, who was unfortunately a little too ecstatic trying to get that kill. He tried to get a pre-fire in, wasn't able to get the kill. All he did was give his position away, and now that has forced Killster and the Clash to pull back. Killster, he's still holding on cash door, mind you, and that's a very interesting position that will cost him his life. He's gonna go down. That's Flying Death with the double now, and Smoke Dev has taken some damage as well. The Buck is pushing up slowly but steadily as cash and CCTV has been given away to the side of the attack. Construction is up next, potentially even logistics. The Ace has pushed up through construction, mind you, and any second now, if there's a push through logistics from the side of defenders, any lines of sight, anything from them, if they manage to open up that wall in logistics, they will find a kill. But no, there's goes Exterminator, the Clash from bedroom window, leaving only 2 defenders remaining. Tilt Esports are being thrown off quite a bit right now as a C4 comes up from Macaque to the stage, and it will find one. Montrosky goes down. Beautiful C4 from the Bandit right there. Stage hatch being opened previously comes out to work for the side of the defense. But that only leaves it at 2 vs 4. Enrico's gonna see the Bandit, and Macaque was unaware of where the Bandit was, of where the Zofia was playing, excuse me, as Smoke Dev is the last one remaining, trying to play some form of vertical with those impact grenades. Not gonna do too much damage. Yala is the only attacker low on HP, similar to Smoke Dev, however, which means the Alibi is in a very precarious position. Post plan, 30 seconds remaining. He has to get in there and find 3-4 kills before he won't be able to find anything, and he won't be able to make a push as Yala will shut him down before the Alibi can even make it up main stairs. As we see in the Act Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic round coming out from Sage Empire, as even after everything else, even after losing Basement Church and CCTV a couple of times, Gym Bedroom goes to them, meaning that going into round 7 role swap, both sides in fact, are equalized. 3-3 on the round count, and we're going to second floor CCTV and cash room on round 7.
Well, score equalized, role swap in play. Well, role swap in play, and quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing Sage Empire defending on second floor CCTV room, cash room. Quite an impressive amount of skills being displayed here on the side of Sage Empire, especially Yala, who was apparently playing as the Hibana, gets those important 3 kills, and also Zora with that great crossfire angles being placed from the gym bedroom to eliminate the clash, giving them the side that they need. Now, with round 7 in play, we'll see how well Tilt Esports will perform well on attack. So this is where, you know, the mistakes comes to happen on the side of defense. And also, Clubhouse is most of those map that there is a higher chance that we might be able to see quite a lot of overtimes being displaced. So
10 seconds remaining.
So yeah, with that prep phase being almost being done, we have Montrosky with the smoke. Those canisters will be able to delay any push coming in from the attackers, as well as the Maestro with those EV light cams to prove some great intel, and also the same thing that the smoke does. Instead of halting the push coming in from the attackers, the Maestro has a higher chances of eliminating the planter just with his Maestro's EV light cams. Well, drone works coming in from Tilt Esports as McHop will be the one to determine exact position on where Melusi is. Well, thanks to that ping, she'll be able to detect exactly where Melusi's positioning is. But the only problem is due to these walls not being open, Hibana will be there to use those Excaros pellets to make lines of sight, so that Melusi will be having a hard time holding on that garage entrance. So she needs to focus on a different place here. Oh, well, actually, the Excaros Plus won't be able to do it because of the impact being done from Yala. A beautiful, I mean, a really well done from him, making sure that they won't be able to have those lines of sight. Garage hold will be way much more difficult for them, but Yala has already taken quite a lot of damage, and it would be wise for her to not hold that angle yet again. Thermite making sure that they have the control, and yes, talking about that control, Exterminator will be there with that heavy aggression to eliminate Yala. But now the job's not done yet. There is still Jaeger on the garage catwalk, so they need to find a way to eliminate them, as we're going to be seeing the Ash using a breaching charges to open up and make sure that Bandit won't be able to trick it out from that specific CCTV wall. As we're going to be seeing Thermite using his exothermic charges to open up the garage wall, and look at that, the kill comes in from Killster as he eliminates Flying Death. Man count sure not equalized, and oh, that would have been almost a kill there if Montrosky wasn't crouched at that specific position there. Second, the exothermic charges will be in play as he opens up the walls of CCTV room, which will provide a lot of problematic, and that problem sure do increase. The nade comes in as he will be there to eliminate Zora. McHawk, on the other hand, gaining the control of the garage catwalk. Now it's all down to Enrico, the Maestro with the Alda, and he will be eliminated from none other than Killster. Tilt Esports winning round 7 attack on CCTV. Let's take a look at that in Fabrinet's instant replay. Great push-ups, great impact trick being used from the Melusi as we proceed to round 8. And I hope that they looks like Team Sage Esports will be defending on CCTV room yet again. Sage Empire.
Round 7 going the way of Tilt Esports on second for CCTV. Very well done to them on that attacking round, as they will take the lead once again. And they're going to put themselves in the lead, that is, and go into round 8 pretty strong. We're going back to second floor CCTV, mind you, as there was, Sage Empire, excuse me, they did look somewhat strong in the early round. However, it was the mid-round where the collapse started. Unfortunately, they could not come back from that, and the disconnect from Zora right towards the end didn't exactly help either. As with round 8 being underway, CCTV being attempted once again, pretty sure the side of Sage Empire want to make sure that they at least get this defensive win. Equalize once again before they push for that match point. They really need to, mind you, seeing as, again, harkening back to their attacking round, Sage Empire were only able to win second floor gym bedroom. Other than that, when it came to Basement Church and CCTV, that one round when CCTV wasn't played from Tilt, Sage Empire were not able to make the push happen. This time, Sage Empire trying to defend CCTV on round 7, of course, were not able to make that defense happen. Now, of course, only one round on defense happened for the side of Sage Empire, so that could very easily change as we continue to move on with this match. However, we'll find that out in a quick moment. Action phase, of course, is underway. And we're seeing a thermite coming from Smoke Dev nice and quickly right here. As, you know, with the Maverick being banned, of course, that leaves the door open for thermite to be played. Interestingly enough, no ace play coming out from the side of Tilt Esports. Similar to, I forget exactly who it was, but there was another match on Clubhouse, and I believe it was between Lovebomb and Dauntless Esports, where thermite was being played quite a bit. I could be wrong on that, of course. But yeah, Thermite was being played quite a bit yesterday and today as well, which is pretty good to see, you know, with Ace's inclusion in competitive Rainbow Six. Thermite has seen a little bit of a drop in play because, well, Ace is basically like a throwable Thermite, so why not just use him? He has better guns and better breach utility overall, so let's try with the Ace. However, right now, Exterminate is going to drop. That's one hard breacher. That is Hipana, of course, off the board, and that is the Bandit taking a kill nice and quickly, which leaves the side of Tilt Esports in a little bit of a situation, seeing as one of their hard breachers has been taken care of. Sedatic holding down CCTV window. He's got the long angle going for him, but for how long? Deployable shields being taken care of as verticality will be played by Markov. Ash, there we go. He did not see the Meister in time, however, as Smoke is going to make sure to try and reach construction, but won't be able to. Impact trick comes out from Enrico. That's one big piece of utility taken care of, and the push through construction will be funneled through the door the rate that this is going. Grenade comes out, and there's the second exothermic charge. Looks like it might be. The Meister's going to come in any second now, and Impact trick once again. He needs to do it no, will he? Yes, he will. He's managed to do it, I believe. And that will leave Smoke Dev and the rest of Tilt in a little bit of a situation. But Yala's being a push right now. I'm not exactly sure from where, but he's taking some damage as a lot of utilities are being thrown around between the attackers and defenders. Sedaris gets a bit of damage. Smoke Dev as well. No defenders or attackers have gone down. It is still a 4v5 for the side of Sage Empire. Oh, there goes one more. 5v3, make that a 5v2. Flying Death gets his second in the round as the side of Sage Empire being pushed back really hard, but Smoke Dev, he's taken one. And beautiful shot from Montrosky with the SMG-11 to take down Killster, leaving the Thermite, the last one standing. Smoke Dev inside of construction, and Montrosky will get another one with that SMG, making that two right towards the end for him. And beautifully done as he and the rest of Sage Empire and the defense are going to enjoy a round win and put themselves back into the equalizer stand 4-4 going into round 9 in no one's favor.
An excited set of events being displayed here on both the teams. Sage Empire versus Tilt Esports, 4-4, and this time we're going to be seeing Sage Empire defending on Basement Church and Arsenal Room. So after the half, the first half that we get to witness, it was 3-3 on round 6. Tilt Esports did, however, win their attack, but quite surprisingly, in round 8, we actually did see quite a lot of adaptations being shown off from the defenders, especially Enrico with the Maestro. He had those impact grenades to deny any utilities being thrown off, especially the Thermites' exothermic charges, and even when Jack also did pointed it out with it would have been better if they did had the ace with the Selma breaches, but apparently with Tilt Esports deciding to go for the double breaches, Hibana and Thermite, we're going to be seeing quite a different operator being big from Killster, as we're going to be seeing him playing as the Iana, her G336 assault rifle, as well as her Gemini replicator proves to be quite efficient to not only just gain intel, but also her utility. Her frag grenade can be able to prove some quite devastating damage to the defenders. I mean, on the side of defenders, we are going to be able to see a alibi being played, hopefully to do some of the roaming duties, and also her holograms to provide some false intel to the attackers and also give the intel for the defenders to exactly know where that shot come from. Well, Smoke Dev as the Thermite, he's going to be repelling. I believe two of them will be repelling both from the top, I believe, to open up the hatches of the logistics office to clear out any roamer's presence being detected so that they could be able to freely open up the kitchen hatches. As we're going to be seeing Montrosky yet again with the Melusi and the impact grenades, just waiting for the Hibanas to use their Exkyros pellets so that the denial will be there intact. Exothermic charges being used to open up the tunnel's walls shouldn't be a problem because there isn't any denial coming in from the defenders, so they have to worry about that. And that's where Flying Death comes into play. He has those he has that SMG 11 as well as his deployable shield with the ADSs, and also how can I not forget about those smoke canisters to deny any push coming in from the defenders. One of the impact trick being deployed to take out the Hibanax Excaros pellets, and that would be the last Hibanax Excaros pellets to open it up. But no, that's an unfortunate PK coming in from Montrosky as he eliminates Yala. That is not going to go well, and already an early pick coming in with the early TKs from none other than Sage Empires. They are in a bit of a trouble here, with the kitchen hatches being opened and also the tunnels being opened here. Sophia will be there to use two over-concussive nades to exhaust the Jaeger's ADSs, followed up with the impact nade to destroy those deployable shields. Again, we're going to be seeing two of the players droning in on the kitchen, making sure that they would find those exact positionings of where the defender's location is going to be. So we're going to be seeing a lot of time being wasted. 1 minute for Tilt Esports, and they need to figure out a way to get that control on the side with Edrico. Impact grenade yet on the ready. He's just waiting for the defenders to use their another exothermic charges, and that would be the thermite. He did, however, use the tunnels to get in, but McHawk, he will be there to find one. Flying Death is off the board. Make that another one as Melusi has been down with McHawk with those two important kills. He now has the control of the arsenal room. Thermite going for the plant on default. Unfortunately, they don't have any C4s, and neither does the manpower. Maestro will be there to use his utility, but it doesn't work for now. And just like that, Tilt Esports will take care of that situation, winning round 9 on Basement Church. Quite an interesting push coming in from the Zofia as she pushes in, eliminates the smoke and the Melusi on the K9 position, giving them the win that they need. And for a moment there, they thought the Thermite was in the stairs trying to open up the church's wall. Unfortunately, they wasn't there. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to go for a rehost because we are going to go for a rehost as one of the teams of Sage Empire has unfortunately went for a disconnect. So yeah, quite an interesting place that we get to witness here from both the teams, Tilt Esports and Sage Empire, going head to head against each other. And quite surprisingly, if one match goes on the side of Sage Empire, Tilt Esports always figures out a way to destroy them, especially on their attack round 6 on roll swap, when Sage Empire couldn't get the opportunity to hold the side properly on CCTV room. And then on the next round, we'd see them use Impact Grenade quite a lot. To be quite honest, we're actually seeing a lot of utility denials been coming in from the defenders, especially the impact needs. Even though the Kaid is not in play, you have the bandit. Even with the bandit charges being deployed, most of the time it will be destroyed either by getting the control on the either on the stock or as the blue stairs, in which the Zofia or the Ash will be able to use her utilities to get those line of sights, take out those bandit charges. But unfortunately, with that construction hold, that impact nade is what making the attacker stop. Now we actually did see the same thing yet again on Basement Church and Arsenal Room, but that incredible being with that incredible push being displayed from Tilt Esports, that would be the Zofia eliminating those 3 players, gave them the win that they need.
Absolutely. Right towards the end, round 9 definitely going the way of Tilt Esports, putting them back in the lead 5-4. The scoreline in their favor. They're now 1 round away from match point, of course. Sage Empire will be looking to try and deny them that match point, going farther into the rounds as round 10, 11, and 12 are potentially the last rounds of this match. If not, then we might see overtime. And that would be a great way to start off the day's matches, ladies and gentlemen, going straight to overtime on the very first game. We had that yesterday, of course, in Division 2. That was between Valiance and E-Samurai, and what a game that was. Who knows, we might see something similar to start off Division 3. And of course, what would make that even more special is the fact that this is the first game of Division 3 in this season. That's right, the season for Division 3 has only just begun. And I know it's a little bit of an odd day. Once again, excuse me. I'm hitting my mic a lot today on accident. But it is quite the day for just CG Esports in the region in general because, of course, qualifiers of nationals are going on. And thankfully, of course, the teams on play are either done with or do not have qualifier matches for reasons, of course. And, best of luck to all the teams in the qualifiers. Hopefully they do get through, the best teams in that. And whenever close qualifiers comes in, of course, we will all be excited to see who proceeds towards the mini majors one step closer, just that little bit closer to the goal. But of course, enough about the qualifiers to the majors. Right now, we are here in the Pro League. And yeah, just like Baba said, it's going to be interesting because it is always one or two rounds, one round really, that the lead can ever be established for, and an equalizer comes in instantly. That's pretty much how it's been this entire game. Round 1 went to the side of Tilt Esports. Then round 2 and 3 were taken by Sage Empire. They got the early game lead. Round 4, once again, Tilt Esports, round 5 to them as well. They came back into the lead, and then round 6 was won by Sage Empire. Again, equalized 3-3 going into round 7. Roll swap, and then post roll swap, it's just been one round to Tilt, one round to Sage, then one round to Tilt again. So both teams are fighting on an almost equal plane right now, and they are fairly evenly matched, if I dare say. If I dare say that, of course. And it should definitely be very interesting how these two teams go about pushing this match forward. Because now that Tilt Esports are in the lead, and now that they are 5-4 in the lead, mind you, they're one round away from match point and just 2 rounds away from winning it, they will be looking to end it all as soon as possible. They don't want this match to stretch out because, again, you want to make sure that once you're in the lead, you stay in the lead. You don't want to let the enemy team come back, make a comeback, and then potentially usurp that victory from you. And for Tilt Esports, it will matter all that more, of course, because as far as I'm aware, they are coming back later on tonight against Team Heat in the second half of the day. So, they want to conserve some energy because 2 matches in a day can be, of course, a little tiring, but we'll find that one out as soon as we're back from this rehost, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize, of course, there was a delay before the match began, and there's now a delay with this rehost, but it just has to be. Sometimes, it is what it is. As we'll be coming back to round 10, of course, in the match. With all of that being said, Baba, speaking of the match at hand, Clubhouse being the map, what do you think? Who might we see win, or are we going to see overtime?
Okay.
Well, Jack, I can confirm that this match
Right.
can go to overtime
we
because
didn't
most
start
of
off with the
the
casting,
rounds
right?
that we get to witness, it was more of like a back and forth from both the teams. And now,
Baba joined
what
later
I
on, though,
did,
it's
however,
okay.
get to witness was we actually did not see Sage
Uh,
on the
Baba
first
joined on
half.
later
I
on,
actually
so
did
it's
get to
okay.
see Sage Empire gaining the lead against Tilt Esports on round 3. Next thing you know, on round
It's okay,
4,
it's
the
okay.
score was
Alright, bye.
equalized, and then after the first half come to an end, it was around 3-3. But after the second half, we actually did see quite a lot of back and forth where Sage Empire did not couldn't handle their perfect defense against Tilt Esports, and then Tilt did not. Tilt also did the same on the side of Sage Esports when they were defending on second floor CCTV. Most probably, it can go to a deciding factor, especially if they try to defend on second floor gym and bedroom. Now, uh, that specific side is probably known for the attackers to win quite a lot of rounds, and it is very difficult for the defenders to defend on second floor gym and bedroom unless and until they've managed to eliminate at least 2 or 3 attackers to get those early frags so that the defenders can be able to hold their ground as best as possible. But according to me, this can go to overtime, and hopefully maybe Tilt can be able to salvage it out, because since they are on attack, and since in the side of overtime, Tilt Esports will be the one who's going to be on defense on overtime. So if they did, however, get that control on defense in the first overtime, maybe they do have a chance of winning against Sage Empire when they are attacking.
Definitely. We're going to have to find that out, of course, as soon as we come back from the Rios, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, there are more matches after this. I did speak about Tilt Esports coming back, but that's in the second half with the new stream, of course. Right now, just after this game, it's going to be a big one that I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers are waiting for. That is Exterminate Esports versus Vanquished Paradox Gaming, a team Vanquish Paradox, of course, a team that we really didn't expect to see in Division 3, but due to an unfortunate turn of events in the qualifying stage, they were defeated at a very crucial turning point where they really didn't need to be defeated, and that is why they have found themselves here at the Division 3 stage of the league. They're going to have to fight their way back up on to through these rounds, of course, the division stage this season to get a promotion into Division 2, and that's going to be a bit of a grind, but we're going to find that out in just a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen, as Clubhouse is about to come back live for all of our viewers in just a quick second. Tilt Esports versus Sage Empire, as it is 5-4 in favor of Tilt Esports. We've got the ready confirmation coming out from the side of both teams, and we will be starting the match right here, right now, for all of our viewers to continue enjoying nice and quickly, as it is going to be very, very interesting as this match has resumed on live. Yeah.
Well, round 10, Sage Empire. I believe we do have a little bit of mistakes being shown out here, as McCawk did say that they were 5-4, but hey, we'll see what's going to happen. As round 10, Sage Empire will be defending on second floor CCTV room. Maybe.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
Well,
as they
it
can.
looks like there seems to have been a little bit of a mistake in setting up the round count right here from our host side, ladies and gentlemen, which means we're going to have to go into an admin host nice and quickly, which is very, very unfortunate right there. That's going to add a little bit more to the delay that we've been facing in this match, ladies and gentlemen. That is a little unfortunate, of course, as we'll be coming back. We'll be coming back with this match in just a quick moment, of course. The score was 5-4 in favor of Tilt Esports. They had just won Basement Church on round 9, and for whatever reason, it turned out 5-4 in favor of Sage. That was not supposed to happen, but of course we will fix that as soon as possible. You know, sometimes these things happen. Just like I said, you know, human error is unfortunately a thing, and there's only so much we can do that goes out perfectly every single time. With that being said, we are going to unfortunately have to, well, you guys, of course, are going to have to be stuck with our faces just a little bit longer, ladies and gentlemen. Again, apologies for that, as we'll be coming back once again with the match as soon as possible. And all the players were ready, of course, so this shouldn't take too long. So a quick reminder for all of our viewers, while we are still here, it was 3-3 in no one's favor, actually, going into round 7 roll swap, and then post round 7, well, round 7 itself went to CCTV. Tilt Esports won that on the attack. Sage Esports won CCTV on round 8 defense, and then on round 9, Tilt Esports won Basement Church attacking. And so Yeah, hopefully this time the round setup comes in nice and quickly without any issues, and we're just waiting on that to happen. With all that being said, something that we were talking about, of course, was the fact that the next game that we have on hand is Vanquish Paradox Gaming versus Exterminate Esports, a match that we are going to be looking forward to quite a bit because of VPG. Again, you really don't expect the team like VPG uh, in Division 3. As once again, we're gonna have to go over these notes right here, ladies and gentlemen. The round history, it is what it is. It was 3-3 going into roll swap round 7 between both teams. Tilt Esports, of course, they were the ones to start off on defense, and Sage Empire were the ones on attack. I have to be careful saying Sage Empire because, of course, sometimes I get confused and say Sage Esports, but of course, we'll be working on that as we go along. 3-3, no one's favor going into round 7 roll swap. Round 7 itself went to. Excuse me, right there. Round 7 itself went to Tilt Esports, who were attacking post roll swap. And that was CCTV. Round 8 went to Sage Empire, who were defending post roll swap, also CCTV. And then round 9, Basement Church went to Tilt Esports, who were attacking. And that put them on the 5-4 lead. So hopefully everything can be set up nice and quickly, no issues whatsoever. As again, hopefully it all gets done as soon as possible because we don't want our viewers to wait too long, and we know how detrimental that can be to just overall the viewing experience of a Rainbow Six Siege, as it were. And we will of course be getting this done as soon as possible. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's only so much I can say in this sort of a situation. There's only so much we can do as casters, of course. We have to wait for the admin's confirmation on a lot of things, and all right, so turns out we are in fact going to BRB screen nice and quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Again, apologies for the delay, and we'll be right back with the game in just a quick moment. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the delay, but everything has been checked. It is all good, and we are ready and back with the match. In fact, it is 5-4 in favor of Tilt Esports going into round 10, and they are one round away from the match point, looking strong, as Sage Empire will be defending Basement Church and Arsenal Room. Mind you, this is, of course, the site that they lost just before we had to go for the rehost and had that very unfortunate long delay. As looks like Zora will be leaving us once again. He did this before, of course, but we took the rehost when I believe it was Yala who unfortunately disconnected. So Sage Empire have used up their rehost as far as I'm aware, and then there was an admin rehost that was called. Then again, that's of course up to the admins. So, I'm just saying what I know. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the match that is back between Tilt Esports and Sage Empire. Basement Church, the site of choice between both teams. Sage Empire are looking to try and equalize right here against, of course, Tilt Esports, who have, in that last round, taken the lead once again, and Zora will be leaving us yet again as well. Very unfortunate, as Zora has been having some issues today, unfortunately for him, and the man really, I don't know what's wrong with his end. He's gonna have to look into that as soon as he can.
10 seconds left.
And Flying Death, of course, just hitting us with the nevermind
5
in the
seconds
all
left.
chat. Anyway, coming into the match at hand, we've got Montrosky with the Maestro setting up an impact trick on the church wall, the triple reinforcement wall of church. That, of course, will be opened by the hard breach of Tilt Esports as soon as they get their hands on it. Tilt Esports, in the meanwhile, they know exactly what they have to do, which is going to be as similar of a performance to what they did in the last round, which of course got them the win. They need to get in there, they need to clear out utility, and they need to win out the round and push in nice and quickly towards site. We got grenades coming out already, but that's of course going to be caught by... Actually, there are no ADSs this round, unfortunately for Sage Empire, as being in a 4v5 situation early in a round like this is not a good way to start. They know this, as the Iana hologram is going to push in through the main hallway, mark out those Banshees, and there we go. The Valkyrie knows that that's a hologram right there, but not going to take any risks, not going to give away any more information, as Smoke Dev is going to come in to breach the side of Dirt, opening up the second area that Tilt Esports can come into sight from. Flying Death has been droned out with the shield and the smoke sitting inside of Dirt, as they will be looking. That is, of course, the attackers will be looking to take him out of there as soon as possible. With, of course, no ADSs in play, it means that the Zofia can just use both impact grenades and concussive grenades to full extent. There we go. Shield's taken down. I'm pretty sure the Banshee, if one was there, will be taken down as well. You hear that second impact going off. Flying Death has managed to, of course, rotate back into sight successfully. Sage Empire, having not lost a body yet, will be looking at themselves proudly for this first bit of the game. The mid-round, of course, is slowly coming to an end, and we're approaching the end of the round quickly, as Tilt Esports are slowly looking to get into sight. Smoke grenades are going out. That's going to hold off Dirt for the while, as I believe a hatch breach has come out from Exterminator as well. Meanwhile, the Valkyrie being spotted, but that's a little too late from the Yana. The reactions didn't come out in time, as Rico will get that kill. Killster gets taken off the board. That's going to actually equalize the round count and put Tilt Esports at the disadvantage, because they have less than 35 seconds remaining to get in there and get the round in their favor. Shots are being fired. As Valkyrie, will he find another one? Exterminator, he's trying to take this fight. Valkyrie's pushing up, mind you, at Rico. He's in a bit of an odd position. As Smoke Dev's going for the plant already. Yala's going to find one. Exterminator goes down. As Smoke Dev will go down. No, actually, that is Sedatic who goes down. And there's Yala with a triple. He's going to drop Smoke Dev. And suddenly, Sage Empire looking very strong this round. The Zofia will drop as well. Yala gets the headshot. And Makak goes down. And round 10 goes to the side of Sage Empire. We're going to see that in the Act 5 instant replay right there, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, of course, something both me and Baba were talking about before the match, before the round came back, which is the fact that both of these teams have been equalizing time and time again against each other, not letting not letting either team getting too far ahead, and that's put this match on a 5-5 equalized scorecard as we move to round 11 CCTV and cash room.
Well, round 11 score is yet equalized, and the site is going to be on second floor CCTV room. Now, the only question is who will be that team that is going to be in the lead? Is it Sage Empire or Tilt Esports? And we will actually get to see it in this specific round out. Although we do have to talk about it on round 7 where Tilt Esports win their first round of their attack on CCTV room, followed up with Sage Empire winning on round 8 CCTV. So it is going to
Attackers
be
need to
interesting
locate
on
and defuse bombs.
how well the Tilt Esports is going to be able to adapt to any situation that Sage Esports is giving on to, knowing for the fact that they have those impact nades for the denials, you have the bandit for the charges, and also the bandit, also the smoke with those canisters that can be able to fend off any attackers, or I would say delay the attackers from pushing in from the side. Now we're going to be seeing Edrico with the bailiff shotgun making some lines of sight right from below. I believe that would be the below
10
impact
seconds
trick.
to go.
That is basically what most of the tricks have been
5
used
seconds left.
quite recently, thanks to Coconut Bra finding out that specific strategy.
Attackers are moving
Yeah,
out to
Coconut
locate a
Bra
bomb
actually
and
did thought,
defuse it.
maybe most of the time we do see an impact trick being used from above. How about we try to use it from below? And it actually does work out, but it is just a one-time event, because once the impact trick is used from below,
Bomb located
they
by
can't be able to
attackers.
do it yet again. They cannot use the same trick twice, so they have to make it count. Now we're going to be seeing Sledge using his breaching hammers to open up the walls, just to make sure that the Excaros pellets will be able to open up without being able to worry about that impact nade. But unfortunately, it will be, however, taken out. But we will be able to see a line of sight being shown from Exterminator, as she has to be careful yet again. Melusi still being strong on that hold here on the motorcycle. Sorry, from the garage with the help of Maestro. He still have those, evil eye cams to give those perfect intels. Know exactly at what time they'll be able to push in, so that the trap will be laid for the attackers. Now, Flying Death, he still needs to be careful because there is a window that being open and watched, and that would be the Killster holding that specific angle. And looks like Yala will be downed on the garage. The peak comes in, but Killstreak will be there to get that headshot, eliminating Flying Death. And just like that, they don't have any denial to make sure that they won't be able to open up the CCTV room. But the only problem is they need to get the control on the garage, in which the Sledge will be able to eliminate Zora, who was unfortunately trying to gain the angle, but Edrico will be there to get that control yet again, eliminating McHawk. Now he needs to worry about those two angles, one coming in from the entrance as Daddy yet again confirming Yala, as Edrico will be there to eliminate one more. Exterminator is gone, in which it leads to the Maestro and the Smoke, a dangerous heavy anchored operators, and they need to figure this one out here. They need to make sure that the attackers won't be able to push in with the thermite exothermic charges being opened up sooner or later from the CCTV. They shouldn't have any problems pushing in on the site here. Walls opened from the CCTV room, as we're going to be seeing Maestro holding a very close angle, hopefully on the window side of the garage. And they're just waiting for the attackers to execute here. 3v2 situation here for the attackers, and Tilt Esports have the advantage. Drone was coming in from the Zofia, making sure to know to pinpoint the exact location on where it is, and then when they go for the push in, that's where the magic about to happen here. But that peak won't be able to, as Enrico claims the life of Kilser, which leads to Montrosky all by himself. He has those smoke canisters. All he has to do is deny the push in. The thermite has gone down, which leads to Sedatic. Triple kill in his hand. The push comes in, but the shotgun will be there to eliminate them. Montrosky with the play, as they will win round 11. Let's take a look at that in Fibernet instant replay. Montrosky with some great patience, as all he needs to do was to use his smoke canisters to delay the push, in which the planter, aka the thermite, was downed. And the Sledge, all he had to do was to just push in because he had no other option to. But that shotgun will be there to claim that victory. Sage Empire on the lead and also on the brink of match point.
Match point confirmed for the side of Sage Empires, who have done very well, did very well on that second floor CCTV defense, especially right towards the end. As Edrico playing the Maestro, he was down, leaving Montrosky the last one remaining, and that beautiful 1v2 use of the gas canister and then the shotgun, close range as it were, came out for the side of Sage. Very, very well done as round 12 will be underway. One round is required by Sage Empire to finish it off and make sure that that little lead that they established in the early game helped them in the end. It took a while, but they finally got there. While the side of Tilt Esports need one round to equalize and push for overtime. I'm pretty sure all of our viewers are hoping for overtime right now, so am I, so to speak, but it really depends on how these teams play this round out. Second floor, gym bedroom. We haven't actually seen this site be attempted by Sage Empire on the defense. They've been switching between CCTV and basement church the whole time that they have been on the defense. And now, having won both those sites consecutively, they are now on that other side. Gym bedroom is in play, which was, I believe, yeah, it was actually the second side that Tilt Esports went to back on round 2 and lost twice there. So Tilt Esports has a little bit of unfortunate history with this map with this site on the defense. Who knows, they might be able to turn things around on the attack. Enrico just making sure that Secret Stash has a rotate to be used. Logistics will, of course, be held down by one of the anchors, of course, coming out from the side of Sage Empire. Could be Yala, could be Enrico himself, could be Flying Death if he's not playing the side of Cash and Red Stairs, of course. Meanwhile, Exterminate, interestingly enough, burning out ADSs inside of Jim to open up the castle barricade so that Thermite, Smoke Death, can go and finish off. They can go and finish off the breach on the main wall of the gym bedroom hallway. Or the jacuzzi balcony, depends on which way you're looking at it from. There we go, Exterminate charge is going to go off any second now. Sedatic in the meanwhile pushing on gym bedroom's bedroom's window, that is. Trying to find somebody in the bathroom area. There's a deployable shield in there the last time we saw. There we go. Monchowski playing behind that shield in bathroom. Interesting position. He does have good control over the CC door and the construction door, excuse me, and the bedroom window. But of course, he can be challenged and punished from that angle conversely. So he's going to have to be careful on how he picks his gunfights. Flying Death with an interesting L coming out from the secret stash area as well. That's looking towards a very, very slim angle towards that standing mattress. But oh, the ash on the rappel goes down as that is a kill confirmed by Yala on the CCTV hold. He's taking a bit of damage while making that kill, of course, as gas canisters will go out from the smoke, trying to deter the bathroom push coming in. Monchowski is being very, very cautious right now. He knows that there's a thermite right next to him who could either open up the breach or go for a peek, and he will be flashed again. That's very unfortunate for him, but the push hasn't come out yet. They know that he's in there, but somehow haven't been able to get the kill yet. Exterminate is going to find Flying Death in the meanwhile, equalize the man count between both teams as the mute has been dropped. Exterminator himself is low, and oh, the shotgun comes out from the smoke. Once again, Monchowski with a beautiful play. Is he going to find the Hibana? Not quite yet. Hibana's made her way in sight and going for the plant. The gas canister has to go out any second now. It will. Will it deny? Yes, it will, and Kissler goes down as well. Sedatic is the last one remaining for the side of the attack. Tilt Esports have found themselves in a terrible situation. 1v4, 10 seconds or so remaining. Is he going to find one? Not quite yet. Gas canisters have gone off. He's pushed in, and there's Monchowski once again with the shotgun coming out for the side of Sage Empire. As we'll get to see that in the Act 5 and an instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round coming out from the side of Sage Empire. And what a match coming out from both teams as well. They have done an amazing job to play out this match the way it did. Unfortunately, for the side of Tilt Esports, it was not to be. Sage Empire, I was about to say Esports right there. Sage Empire are your winners here on Clubhouse, 7-5. And a very beautiful first game coming out from them. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
No, absolutely, I do agree on that, Jack. And just as I was talking about it, second floor gym. I mean, the site where Sage Empire did successfully hold on to, and that smoke with that aggressive push, eliminating the thermite, gave them the opportunity to even eliminate the Hibana, who was apparently in that hallway which connects from the gym, and they figure out a weak point. And with that, Sage Empire winning against Tilt Esports, it is quite an exciting match to see that, Jack.
Absolutely, a very, very amazing game coming out from both teams, of course. Sage Empire, they didn't have the best of starts per se. They did take the early game lead, but then lost it as well. Going into round 6, managed to equalize, and then it was a back and forth right until the end, where after, of course, coming back from a rather long delay, we came back with the rehost and we came back to a Sage Empire victory. Very, very well done to Sage Empire. But even then, Tilt Esports, of course, they did a great job, as we'll get to see in the reel of the moment, ladies and gentlemen. And Tilt Esports, they did a good job. They tried their hardest. They managed to equalize and take the lead in a lot of situations, but it was not to be for them, as we can get to see from the highlights of the match. Initially, of course, Tilt Esports looked pretty strong in the early game, especially round 1. It was a great showing on round 1 from them, and unfortunately Sage Empire, round 1 left a lot to be desired for Sage, as they tried to get in, they tried to get the plant up, but dropping the diffuser, that was Exterminator playing the Malusi right there, did a great job with those angles, shooting through the smoke, taking a bit of gamble to try and find the ace. Was able to take that kill, and of course finishing things off were the Malusi and the Legion, the T5 SMG doing great work for the side of defense. After that, of course, round 2 onwards, Sage Empire managed to take Gym Bedroom twice away from the side of Tilt Esports, which was very, very interesting to say the least. Losing the first time on Gym Bedroom, I thought maybe Tilt Esports would instantly switch out and go towards CCTV. Maybe changing things up would have worked for them. It didn't quite, of course, as they needed to. And they went back to Gym Bedroom and lost again. But for them, thankfully, Basement Church was unlocked yet as soon as round 4 happened. After winning, of course, a site, you have to play 2 more rounds on other sites before that winning site gets unlocked for the defending team. That is pretty much how the esports rules work, and that is what we saw coming out from the side of Tilt and Sage. Looks like we have a little bit of an issue with the reel of the moment right here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have to come back to the caster cam once again. You've seen our faces quite a bit, but then again, it's all in good fun, as the next match that we have on hand for all of our viewers is going to be Vanquish Paradox Gaming versus Exterminate Esports, a great game that we've been talking about quite a bit in the little gaps here and there that we have had, and that game is going to be a very, very exciting one for all of our viewers to watch. I am sure one that is definitely something I'm interested to see, because not only Exterminate is a team that I really like to cast, but also Vanquish Paradox, former Virtual 5, are here in Division 3. That's something that we'll all have to be we'll have to keep our eyes on. Very, very, I forgot the word right there. Anyway, we'll have to keep our eyes on that match, and we'll be back with that in just a quick moment. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the second match of the first half of Division 3 Day 1, and that is Vanquish Paradox Gaming versus Exterminate Esports. And of course, we're almost ready with the match, as it were, just waiting on the ready confirmation to come out from XTM. And the map is actually not Cafe, not Oregon, not Clubhouse. It is Coastline, a map that I personally have been looking forward to because it allows players to just chill out and play as they want. Coastline, of course, is one of those maps that really doesn't have too much emphasis on defender utility per se. I say too much, of course, because you still see quite a bit of defender utility being used, but even then, it's not as much as maps like Cafe, Clubhouse, or the other maps that are in the competitive pool. With all that being said, the match is underway, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be live on your screens in a quick moment. VPG versus XTM, and we are here on the ban phase between both of these teams. XTM currently are going to be the first ones to ban because they are on the defensive side and they get the chance to ban the first attacker on this map. Coastline, of course, means we might get to see a Thatcher ban, a Nomad ban, maybe even a Blackbeard ban if either teams feel like they don't want him. And actually, we're going to see a Capitao ban. Interesting, but not too surprising per se. Capitao has been seeing a few bans lately because of those smoke bolts and fire bolts that he has, which can cut off lines of sight, whole areas, and the amount of map control specifically in sight that Capitao alone can establish is a lot, especially with his newly acquired secondary hard breach gadget. With that being said, the second ban is also has been taken, and that is VPG Banning Blackbeard. Just like I said, you know, Coastline, you get to see Blackbeard banned every now and again, similar to Consulate. And Blackbeard has been taken out today as well, as the first defender to be banned from the side of VPG is going to be Maestro, taking out the big Italian anchor of the board, along with those Evil Eyes and the Alda from the man's hands. XTM no longer have access to Maestro. Echo still is default banned, of course, so the last ban remains to the side of Exterminate Esports. Who will they ban on the side of the defense? It is a Clash. Alrighty then. Clash, of course, is one of those bans you only get to see when defenders see a particular opportunity to keep one or two otherwise banned defenders still in play. And why do I say that? Because Valkyrie is still in play. Mira is still in play. Melusi is still in play. That's a lot of operators that otherwise get banned most of the time, especially on Coastline, who are available to our players today. Wamai is also still available to be picked. So this should be a very interesting set of rounds coming out from the side of Exterminate, who are on the defense. Speaking of which, let's have a quick look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for ourselves. From the side of Exterminate Esports, we've got MBK, Rini, Pogo-chan, Skullex, and Triggered. While from the side of Vanquish Paradox, we've got Mellow, Ghosty, Unknown Gamer, Nanny. Couldn't read the last name before the game went into the loading screen. It is Nexus, nice and quickly. Between both teams, looks like Ghosty's going to be the one with the diffuser as well. Hibana in play. Jackal is also in play. An operator we get to see banned quite often as well in that, list of operators who get banned a little too often for their own good. But with all that being said, round one is underway. And with that, Babagusta, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Jack, for that introduction there. Team XTM defending on first floor is going to be an unusual side to hold on to, because most of the time when defending on Coastline, you'd see either the defenders holding on the second floor hookah or on the kitchen. But taking blue bar would actually be interesting, because known for the fact that according to the ban phase, they did however banned the Maestro and the Clash, which would leave the Valkyrie Mira
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Vamai,
Attackers
sorry,
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Valkyrie
Bomb
Mira
located by
Vamai
attackers.
is still available on map Coastline. So this would give a lot of possibilities, and also a lot of possibilities for the attackers, as we did see a 6-pick coming in from Nani as he changed to the Jackal. So we'll see how it's going to go down for them, as VPG's action phase will be in play, especially with the attackers making sure to get the control of the blue bar as best as possible, but also they need to make sure that they have the control on the hookah lounge. Apparently no one is playing, quite interestingly, as we're going to be seeing a lot of flashbang being thrown out to burn out the ADSs, followed with the Zofia's concussive, switches to the impact, and just like that, the deployable shield is destroyed. Now MBK and Trigger, both of them are playing quite surprisingly nearby, one on the security as well as on the reception desk, just to make sure that they would get that angle. But did not expect it to see that coming. Skullex with the angle, he'll be there to eliminate a Nani. The Jackal won't be in play, and neither does his scanners to detect exactly where their positioning is. The Castle thinking of going for a good flank here, making sure to eliminate the players who are apparently in the hookah hallway, which there are 3 players of the attackers, and here comes that wall bang. And that wall bang doesn't actually work out, as the Castle will be there to eliminate one. The same thing goes to the shotgun Pogo-chan as he eliminates another. That's already quite a lot of damage being done to Team VPG, and they've only have 2 players left. The Nomad with those air jabs, and Nexus with that scanner. The scanner would prove to be quite efficient if there are any defenders who are apparently checking on cams, and that's what MBK is here for. With those Valkyrie cams being placed, the defenders are bound to check their cams more often. But with the Nexus as he droned out, and also quite interesting, we're going to be seeing him using the G8 LMG. Let's see how it's going to go down for them. Nexus pushing in from the blue bar, hoping to find any 1 or 2 players currently being played on the specific side. As we're going to be seeing the smoke canisters, 2 of the smoke canisters being used, as Nexus will pre-fire away to Glory, hoping to down one. Eventually he will, and goes for the confirmation. Nexus gets 1 kill. He still needs to find 4 more players of Team Exterminate Esports. Nexus going for the push, doesn't see the Jaeger right from the counter. Here comes a confirmation from the Jaeger, and just like that, Rini will be there to eliminate 2 of those players, as Exterminate win their first round on first floor blue bar. And with that Fibernet instant replay, well, that was a fast win on the side of Team Exterminate Esports. A long range angle that I did not expect it to see. Skullex eliminating Nani, in which it was a surprising way for me to even know that Mira actually won that gunfight against the Jackal with that 2.0 magnification sky. But anyways, one defense rounds going to Team Exterminate as we proceed to round 2. First floor kitchen is going to be the site.
Interestingly enough, Exterminate Esports going for the first floor sites immediately. Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar, arguably the most difficult site in the entirety of Coastline, taken care of. And now they're going to Kitchen, a more familiar, more traditional site. But with a big twist, the Mira is in play. And allowing the Spaniard to play on her home turf, definitely something that VPG might not enjoy per se. We all know Mira with her Black Mirrors is a very, very strong operator. As to this day, ever since Pick and Ban was introduced, she remains the highest banned defender in higher tier R6 and of course competitive Rainbow Six as well. So who knows? Maybe there might be some changes coming in the future to her. We'll find that out whenever it happens. Of course, that's a long ways away. But right now, the secondary shotgun, the ITA-12S, is going to come out to make some lines of sight in VIP. There's going to be a bit of an extended run hold from the looks of things from Exterminate Esports, as they did very well to shut down VPG early in the last round. That was what was really required, especially Skullex taking down the Jackal the way he did with that long shot from inside of Sunrise, all the way from the sofa area to the wall in ruins. Not even the door. The Jackal was behind, climbing up on a wall, and he got taken out in that fashion quickly and precisely from Skullex's Vector. Speaking of the man, he's setting up inside of Penthouse and Theater, the soft wall crouched meta that is so common in that particular site. Interestingly enough, as the man from former KL11 is formerly from KL11, excuse me, is here playing for Exterminate Esports. He's bringing in all of his expertise and he's helping this team as much as he can. Proximity alarms are going off. I was about to call them by a completely different name, but anyway. Proxy alarms going off close by to Rennie. He's trying to take a gunfight on Luggage. There's a sledge there, but he will go down, unfortunately. And that is a kill confirmed. That's 2 for Mello. Very well done to the man, as he will take those kills with gusto, forcing Scullix out of his position, making him drop down the hatch into reception and possibly back towards site. Actually, no, he's going to stick by reception and control room for the time being, as second floor control has been given away to the side of VPG. The total opposite of the early round previously that we had in round 1, that is round 2 so far, has been VPGs, as they are now establishing verticality in Penthouse to make sure that Exterminate Esports are not allowed to get comfortable in their positions. And Mello is going to be the chief benefactor from that one, alongside his team, of course. But he's just making sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. And there we go. That was an ill-advised peek from the Valkyrie right there, MBK, paying for that with his life as he gave a triple to Mello. The sledge coming off very strong right now as Scullix. He's seen one inside of the reception. He's pushing in, but that is a kill for Ghosty, finding Pogo-chan, leaving Scullix the last one remaining. He's going to come on reception, find one, but it's a 1v4 now, and potentially on the post plant, as there's less than 20 seconds remaining. The plant will go off. It's a post plant, resetting the timer to 40 seconds, leaving the meta. The last one standing. He's going to find one more. That was unfortunate for Mello. Tried to go for a long angle over Courtyard, will be punished for exactly that. He's approaching bathroom right now. Got to be careful. The castle bracket behind him just got torn wide open by the Zofia, who's trying to make an entryway. He should see the leg. He doesn't. Shots are fired. He's going to take a little bit of damage, but he will still get that kill. But there's Nanny from above to shut him down. Scullix was about to make a big play right there, ladies and gentlemen. As we'll see that in the Act 5 with an instant replay right here. Oh, the meta nearly made things go very, very far south for the side of the attackers, but Vanquish Paradox were able to hold on and stop that push, that clutch from happening. Round 3 is underway, will be underway in fact. 1-1 is the scoreline on second floor hookah lounge and billiards room, the site that we'll be going to in the 3rd round.
Well, Mello with those 2 kills, making sure that they get that control on towards the second floor penthouse, and Theater forced Scullix to fall back to the security room, and he actually did that. Although we didn't get to see, most of the teams on the side of defense getting more kills. It was Scullix who was about to, go for the go for the ace. He was about to get the ace, but unfortunately, with the control on second floor penthouse, the IQ was there to shut down Scullix. With that, on third round, we're going to be seeing Extremist Esports going to the same side yet again, first floor kitchen. And hopefully, actually, it's not on first floor kitchen. It's going to be on second floor hookah and billiards room. So, quite interestingly, picking on the first floor kitchen is, however, a difficult thing to do, because since Team VPG gets that control of second floor, the penthouse and theater in such it was in such a quick succession that it would need the operators to get that control. So with that, action phase will be in play as we progress to round 3. Second floor billiards room and hookah is going to be the site. As Mello, we actually did see him get that quick control. Maybe he can be able to do it again.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Well, checking with the defenders, we are going to be seeing a Vomai as well as a mute being picked on the side of defense. Yes, the mutes jammers will be able to make sure that any of the utilities from the attackers, even with, I believe, of the breach charges from nomads, and most of the time you'd see nomad on map coastland would bring a claymore instead of a breach charge. But most probably you'd see mute jammers being placed to make sure that they won't be able to get most of that intel. And looks like Mello is already in deep trouble with great amount of HP being decreased, but he will be down nonetheless. MBK with that early kill will be able to shut down Melo. With with a total of 1 minute 55 seconds left, the Melusi will be going to the reception disk yet again, making sure that the control will be in their hands. And just with that pre-fire trigger, known exactly where the IQ is, goes for the peak and eliminates her as well. Here comes Ghosty with that who was apparently in the second floor, the hallway, will be able to eliminate MBK, but at what cost? Triggered with the double kill, eliminating Nexus, which leads to Unknown Gamer and Ghosty yet again. Two players, and they have around 1 minute 20 seconds left. Not enough of man count, and Extremist Esports is holding it in a very good fashion here. Ghosty with around 30 HP. He still needs to be careful at what kind of peaks that he needs to make. And Unknown Gamer pushing in from the security room. He needs to make sure that he eliminates the roamers as fast as possible. Security room, both of those players pushing in, as he doesn't know the exact location on where the Melusi is. Drone works pushed in, but that peak will hopefully not eliminating anyone, but Unknown Gamer will be there to take out the Triggered, which leads to two roamers being down on Exterminate Esports, and they only have to worry about the defenders who are currently holding on the side. But that the drone in which Ghosty did, however, threw on the security room, it would be wise to not go for it. But if he did went to recover that drone, it would be a lot of time waste for Vpg, and they only have 24 seconds. They have to go on the side. They have to at least plant the diffuser with a lot of pressure being raised on both of these players, as Pogachan is already prepped with the C4. All he has to do is wait for the attackers to go for the plant. C4 toss, but it will get denied. But it doesn't work out quite enough. XCM winning defense round on round 3, second floor hookah, as we take a look at the Act Fibernet's instant replay. What great aggressiveness, and also a total of 3 early kills were done on the side of Team XCM. And with that, with them being in the lead 2-1, as we proceed to round 4, first floor kitchen is going to be the site yet again.
Once again, shutting down Vanquish Paradox early seems to be working out for the side of Exterminate Esports, as they are giving VPG a little bit of a run for their money. Admittedly, VPG, they haven't exactly looked at their best, even in the qualifiers. Despite coming to this league, to the qualifiers, very strong off the back of some great performances in the nationals and whatnot, they were not able to, particularly hold on to that momentum. As it goes, Rainbow Six Siege is just one of those games where a performance of a team can change within minutes, even seconds, and with, of course, multiple things to worry about in any given round. It's only understandable that VPG are finding it a little bit, at least in the early game, a little hard to play against XTM for the time being. Exterminate, however, have done very well against VPG. Even after losing 2 bodies in the last round, they were undeterred in their hold, and that is why second floor hookah went in their favor. They are back on first floor kitchen, bringing in the Goyo, sacrificing the Mira this time around. Understandably so, of course, as Goyo, he still got the Vector, he still got that great weapon, and a great pistol in hand, a secondary that is. And he's got those Vulcan shields. That's just more deployable shields for defenders to take advantage of, and that is what XTM are looking to put into use right now. VPG, in the meanwhile, they were able to take kitchen, and they'll be looking to take kitchen again, and what they're going to need to do is take second floor as effectively as they did the last time. If they're able to do that, they'll be able to establish control, but this time, again, with the Goyo in play and with those Vulcan shields that have been placed on the 90 hallway, which will be, of course, held down by 1 or 2 defenders potentially. They'll be a little hard-pressed, but no, there's even somebody in blue that the Valkyrie was unaware of, and that is Nanny to take the first one out of the board. MBK will lose his life, being caught in a bad position, unfortunately, as the push from blue has come in nice and quickly. Castle barricades all over the place on second floor, shutting down the white stairs window and, of course, the luggage door. Ronnie will see that he's going to have to pull back in the meanwhile. I think it was looking to make a push through to white corridor. Via luggage, unfortunately, will not be able to because of that castle barricade that Triggered has put down. the castle, holding vertical on reception. Nice angle that he has. However, he's got to be pretty careful on that. As shots are going to be fired. Oh, dear me. Pogo-chan caught once again in a bad position. I don't know what he was chasing right there, but that was a kill for Mello. As the plan is going on from Unknown Gamer, there's no second floor control established. I don't think so. But Nexus is also inside a site. Where are the three defenders? Rinny's been down and taken care of. And this will be another kill for Mello. The double for him. And one more from Ghosty. VPG with a quick take into sight are going to take round 4 as we see in the act. Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round coming out from them, knowing that vertical would be a little harder to take control of with all the Goyo shields and the ADSs and the operators up there. They saw that site had a better chance of being pushed if they just went straight in, and they were able to do just that. I'm not sure what the meat was looking at, but he was exposed to that kitchen window angle, and as soon as that kill went off, Mello and Unknown Gamer jumped in, got the plant off, and the rest of the bodies fell suit as it is 2-2 in round 5, going to Blue and Sunrise Bar in no one's favor.
Well, first floor blue bar, we actually did see Team Exterminate Esports with an incredible hold, especially Skullx was apparently playing as the Mira to make sure that the attackers won't be able to get the hold as fast as possible. Now, according to 2 rounds where VPG won the rounds, it was at first floor kitchen, surprisingly. And with VPG getting a strong hold on that specific site, Team Extremists will have a lot of problems dealing with that site yet again. So maybe there may be a chances where Team Exia might go for a second floor penthouse hold, in which it is quite rare to see, especially on a map like Coastline, because it used to be highly picked site, second floor penthouse, but due to the ban phase being in play, and also quite a lot of new operators been coming in, it actually made first floor blue bar quite a suitable site to hold on to for the defenders. So with that, action phase will be in play. And let's see what's going to happen for Team Exterminate Esports. Will we be able to see some great defense hold, or will VPG plow through their defenses? C4 being thrown in from the Valkyrie, quite surprisingly, but unfortunately, she won't be able to get a kill nor damage any operators on the side of attack. We're going to be seeing Unknown Gamer throwing a total of 3 of those flashbangs right from through to the deployable shield, making sure that they'll be able to exhaust the ADSs. Another flashbang will be able to confirm that it has been exhausted, followed up with the Zophia's concussive nade and an impact nade to take out those deployable shield. Pogo-chan using 2 of those smoke canisters, which leads to the smoke having only 1 gas canister with a total of 10 seconds so that their attackers won't be able to push in. Meanwhile, on that first round out, as Rini eliminating Nani, already an early kill as I would like to call it, but put in a bad situation here for Team VPG. Make that another one as Nexus is downed. Mello with that peek yet again, but he fails to Rini as he gets that double kill, eliminating Mello and downing Nexus in the meanwhile. Rini with that diffuser hold, and also quite a great angle being established here. And Nexus being down, Ghost will be there to pick up his former teammate, but looks like it is going to be quite a difficult situation for him, knowing for the fact that already 2 of the players are downed. Nexus is already in 20 HP, and a deployable shield already being placed from the blue bar, quite interestingly, because most of the time, many of the utilities were used to take out that deployable shield, but quite sadly, Exterminate Esports already had another deployable shield, and that angle would be quite effective, especially with this shotgun being also very devastating here. Unknown Gamer in the aquarium as the Jaeger finally downed and confirmed by Ghosty as he claims the control of the hookah. But currently the side is on blue bar and sunrise bar, so they need to get that control as fast as possible. 50 seconds left for Team VPG as Ash will be there to take out the Mira's mirror to make sure that they get those access, hopefully to be able to push in from the blue bar to eliminate them as fast as possible. But with that less amount of time being used here, they only have 30 seconds left, and the push will come in sooner or later. Pogo-chan playing also very close on that deployable shield would prove to be effective here. All he has to do is whip out his shotgun and eliminate 2 of the players of VPG, and that's all they need. Ghosty, on the other hand, holding the angle from the blue stairs as he's going to be seeing another smoke canisters to make sure that he is prepped and ready. Pogo-chan swapping to the shotgun, The push comes in from the shotgun, doesn't actually work out. The Ash has the opportunity to go for the plant. Actually, it's Unknown Gamer who has the opportunity to go for the plant, as MBK will be there to eliminate Ghosty. But the cover comes in from Next as he claims another one. One more, but it actually does not work out here. A lot of fight being taken out, but Triggered will be there to eliminate 2 of those players. And just like that, Team Exterminate Esports has the control as they will win round 5 on first floor blue bar. Quite interestingly, let's take a look at that in Fibernet's instant replay. That was a lot of bloodbath being displayed on both the teams. Nexus with that beautiful cover, and Unknown Gamer was there to go for the plant, making sure that the plant would go as best as possible. But in the end, Triggered was there to eliminate 2 of those players, get that win. And just like that, Team Exterminate Esports has the upper hand as we progress to round 6. Second floor hookah is going to be the site.
Second floor hookah lounge and billiards room is going to be the set of choice from the defense. Exterminate Esports hanging on by a thread as Castle Triggered, the last man standing, finishing off the round. Very, very well done. VPG were caught in a bit of a bind and losing that cover. Even when the plant went off, they lost that cover to a beautiful play by the Castle right towards the end. Unfortunately, did not quite work out for them. Post-plant 1v2 going to the side of XTM gives them the lead on round 6. They are 3-2 up, and now VPG are, once again trying to equalize the round count. They're going to have to do that because once they come into the defense, they would like to, effectively start from scratch with the 3-3 equalizer because, of course, it's just a better situation to be in than 2-4 down. However, the way XTM is going to set up right now with Triggered playing the Oryx, interestingly enough, bringing in the Jordanian strongman, not really sure as to why other than his advanced mobility, which is, of course, a great asset, don't get me wrong, but even then, I feel like Ramai is of course in play, but I feel like Goyo could have been used, but then again, maybe they just want to save up on impact grenades. Or just don't bring any impact grenades, or have Pogo-chan bring in the mute shotgun. MBK in the meanwhile has taken a bit of damage, mind you. Not sure where that came out of, but the Malusi is a little low on HP. 70 HP on the man. He's got to be careful on his gunfights going forward, as if he loses too much of that HP, he's not going to have a good time in the slightest. Danny gonna push in through to VIP in second now. Hall of Fame door being open. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get in there. And now he's looking with the RD scanner for anything that runs on batteries.
Bomb located by attackers.
Cover me. Reload.
Rainey's gonna go down towards the white stairs area to try and hold alongside the Oryx as shots are being fired all over the place, but no bodies have been connected just yet. Mello has taken some damage, again, interestingly enough. Shots are being traded between the white stairs and inside of the white, inside of theater, excuse me. But no, Mello will go down. Trigger takes that kill, and that's a big drop right there. The sledge is off the board. A big piece of soft breach utility has been taken care of, but Nanny will be down. I believe that's a C4 that came out. Could have been MBK C4, but the IQ is only downed and not out just yet. Can be revived if Vanquish Paradox are able to get that revive in. They're trying to do that. They're trying to secure the IQ for the revive back up to 20 HP. Trigger is playing down below, mind you, just below Penthouse, but the hatch is being watched as MBK will be taken down by Nexus, interestingly enough. The man is confirmed on to finally as Ghosty. He's not actually watching the hatch, but him just being here is stopping Trigger from going for this play that he really, really wants to go for. Oh, he's still gonna find the head, however. Unknown Gamer goes down. Beautiful headshot from the Oryx down below with the MP5 in hand, but he will be refragged onto by Ghosty nice and quickly. The Zofia finally comes in, takes that kill, making it a 3 vs 3 with 50 seconds remaining. VPG, they have to get in there. This is similar to the last round where they were pressurized early, managed to hold on in the mid game, but in the post plant were not able to hold much longer. Will it be the same, however? I don't think so. VPG look like they might be able to take this round, but those pre-fires coming in from XTM are holding them off just enough. Will a pre-fire come in? Yes, it will. The Echo finds one, but he's refragged onto instantly by the Jaeger from the side of Hookah. 2v2 right now. The side pushes in, but no! Rini gets a double, and that's shutting down the side of VPG. Slowly but surely, the triple comes in. The Jaeger, a single-handed push from the man, as we'll get to see in the Act 5-minute instant replay, shutting down the ace in the hallway, shutting down Ghosty, pushing into sight, and then of course the last attacker finishing them off, coming in through Aquarium, giving XTM the 4-2 lead going into round 7 roll swap. And right now, Exterminate on the attack have 2 rounds of advantage over VPG, who are looking a little worse for wear as we move to round 7.
Well, looking at the attack on Team VPG, we actually did get to see Exterminate Esports taking control of the situation, especially the rumors eliminating 2 of the players of VPG, especially the important fraggers Mellow and Unknown Gamer, time and time again when they were in attack. But since
Attackers need to locate
yes,
and
yeah,
defuse any
as
bombs
what
if they
Jack was
can.
talking about, in the early few rounds, Team VPG was pressured quite a lot, which gave Exterminate Esports quite the opportunity to win most of the round on defense, but they didn't, however, get that fully control when they were defending on first floor kitchen twice in a row. But since we are going to be seeing Exterminate Esports on attack and VPG on defense, maybe we might be able to see VPG recovering those rounds, hopefully making it a 2v4, a 2-4 into a 4-4, maybe equalizing the round against Exterminate Esports, giving them the fighting chance. And looking at the number of operators that they've picked, you still have the Melusi with those Banshee deterrent, making sure that the attackers push will be quite low. And Nexus with the smoke, those canisters will be able to push off any attackers. Starting off with the deployable shield, which in fact he actually placed it in a little bit below to the hookah entrance. He actually did, however, placed the Jaeger's ADSs, to make sure that if the attackers tries to use any utilities to take out the deployable shield, sadly they have to use more than 2 or 3 flashbangs and then go with the utilities, hopefully to take out those deployable shields. Now, we are going to be seeing we are going to see Unknown Gamer as the Legion holding on the side of Aquarium, making sure that the push from the attackers, if the attackers gains the control on the Aquarium, it would prove to be quite efficient for Team Exterminate Esports to get the control and hopefully go for that plant as fast as possible. Now, the only problem is that they have to eliminate the C4, in which Mellow, Ghosty, and Nexus, it actually quite acts as a half C4, because that smoke canisters do actually play a lot of part. Talking about part, but that angle from Unknown Gamer will eliminate Triggered, an important kill, as the Nomad with those air jabs won't be in play, quite surprisingly. That great angle actually eliminates the player on the side of offices here. Nani, he's actually trying to take out the Ace's Salma Breach charge, in which he failed to do it, opening up lines of sight for the Ace to make sure that Nexus, who was holding that particular angle, would be forced to reposition. Now, Rini, with that bug, he did, however, open up the hatches, but still needs to be careful that there is one pushing from the Aquarium. But looks like the SMG Nexus will be there to eliminate one, but that heavy aggressiveness wasn't necessary, as MBK will be there to go for that refrag yet again. Unknown Gamer holding on the side of Aquarium. He still has those Legion Doom eyes. He's just going to keep on throwing and make sure attackers won't be able to get the control on Aquarium as best as possible. MBK still having a lot of problems as he's holding on the balcony. One little push from that, and that, there you go. Talking about that push, Buck will be there to eliminate Unknown Gamer, getting the control, and Ghosty with the kill yet again, eliminating Skullex. Quite a lot of pressure being introduced, and that pressure is actually working out well. Nani eliminating Rini yet again, which leads to MBK all by himself holding on Aquarium, and he needs to figure out a way to make sure that he gets that win as best as possible. With 2 of those C4, Mellow and Ghosty. I believe Mellow's already pre-placed a C4, waiting for that opportunity, but it's not that necessary. Nani has got it covered here, as he will be there to eliminate the last player of Team Exterminate Esports, as Team VPG will win their second floor hookah site as we proceed to round 8. Looks like VPG's strong line of defense is going to work out well in their favor, but will it work out as they are defending on first floor kitchen?
Alrighty then, first floor kitchen coming out from the side of Vanquish Paradox Gaming after winning second floor hookah. Nice and well from well, just a great defense round in general from the side of VPG. Very, very well done. And it looks like Coastline has taken up a defender-sided take today. Question mark. Of course, I'm only joking.
Attackers need to
As
locate and
even
defuse
with
as many
one
bombs as
match
they
going
can.
a certain way doesn't mean that the entire map usually plays that particular way. Coastline is actually one of those rare situations where you get an attacker-sided map in the entirety of the R6 map pool, because everything else is defender-sided. Cafe, not so much, you know, it's still more closer to balance. Consulate as well, you know, both really depend on the way the attackers play and the defenders how they hold it down. Oregon and Clubhouse are pretty defender-sided maps. You know, there's no real contest right there, and the attackers have to do a lot of extra work to get in there and get themselves
5
set.
seconds to go.
Villa and Theme Park, the last two remaining,
Attackers are heading
are
out to the
heavily
bomb.
defender-sided maps, where attackers have to do a ridiculous amount of work to settle themselves in. What a drone throw in the meanwhile from Trigger. All the way from spawn or to the office door. Didn't actually manage to get it onto the balcony, though. I believe that was his intention. But, oh well, you know, you can only throw so far in the drones, that is. There. Ghosty holding down towards the side of the main reception once again with the police in play. Those Banshees are just so annoying, and when paired with the right operators, they are so deadly for attacking teams. XTM is gonna have to be pretty wary of this right now, but Mello's taking a lot of damage. All right, inside of blue, the man barely manages to make it out of there before getting shut down from the side of XTM. We're trying to push in, and now there's somebody inside of blue bar, or just by blue bar, that Mello's trying to find, and that's Rinny behind that soft wall of blue bar itself. Not gonna find anybody just yet as C4 came out, but nothing from that C4 as well. As lots of utilities and lots of bullets are being exchanged between both teams, but nothing in the slightest coming up. Is that somebody prone inside of Courtyard? I believe there is. And that seems like Ghosty. It is, and he will actually get a kill off of that beautiful positioning. He's going to down one more and take another. And now he's going to find Pogo-chan in the meanwhile. Suddenly, XTM are down to a 5v2. Will it be a 5v1? Yes, it will. Ghosty takes a triple for himself, and now it's all down to Skullix, the last man standing. He's going to find one. Will he find two? Not quite yet. It's a 1v4, all down to Skullix right now for XTM, the only hope that they have, unless VPG, to stop VPG from equalizing. He's going to down one and collect that kill nice and quickly. Unknown Gamer goes down, trying to make a rotate on Sunrise Bar. Not really one that was required. It got him killed through that line of sight into Sunrise, of course, from Blue Bar. But of course, with Skullix as low as he is, you know, you want to be as careful as you can. The Zofia is a pretty powerful operator. Great guns on her kit. And Nanny will go down as well. Skullix now has a triple kill going into a 1v2. He's turned this into a very, very clutchable situation. Nexus, however, has pulled in towards service entrance. More specifically, he's pulled in towards the shelf on the deep end of service entrance, which is a pretty hard angle to contest, especially from service door. And he's going to be looking for it. He's got the down in, but does he know? I don't think he does. Skullix is going to be looking to self-revive right now. And oh dear me. Wait, he's not doing it. He's letting go of the button, but he's finally going to do it. Nexus doesn't know he's been downed, of course. And Skullix is going to revive himself back up, but he will be shut down once again by Mello. The withstand not working out in Skullix's favor. Curiously enough, he kept... he didn't actually go through with the withstand twice for whatever reason. Just decided to drop the button thinking that he was going to be pushed instantly. But even then, didn't really turn out in his favor. Exterminate Esports taking... Vanquish Paradox Esports taking round 8 in their favor. The defensive side has favored VPG very, very well so far, and they're going to be going to first floor Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar on round 9. Baba, you're still muted.
Well, a great effort from Skullix, in which he actually did converted himself to a 1v4 into a 1v2 situation, almost a clutchable situation. The only problem was he did not expected that pre-fire coming in from smoke as he downed the Zofia. Unfortunately, just like we actually did saw, the withstand didn't quite work out. Most of the time he actually did thought that, you know, the defenders will be there to go for the push and instantly eliminate the Zofia. But for VPG, they had to make sure that they did they didn't had enough intel to get to know whether the Zofia was down or not. So that's the reason why VPG didn't actually go for that push. And so, anyways, talking about the match at hand, round 9, first floor blue bar is going to be the side. And quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing two sets of an ADS is being used on the blue bar, and with that, a deployable shield being placed to strengthen their defense. I mean, there is quite a great counter into it if you bring a Thatcher, especially when they're defending on the first floor Sunrise bar, so first floor, blue bar and Sunrise bar, in which, quite interestingly, we actually didn't get to see on the ban phase that Capitao and Blackbeard is banned. So maybe bringing in the Thatcher would be a good idea here, known for the fact that his one EMP would be able to disable the Jaeger's ADSs so that they can be able to take out those deployable shield as fast as possible. So, I mean, without him taking it, shouldn't be that much of a big deal. You have, Twitch with those shock drones. I mean, instead of disabling it, taking it out would be a great, great opportunity here, because you'd actually get to confirm that the ADS won't be in place. So, yeah. Let's talking about that, as we're going to be seeing the first frag, and that would be Ghosty eliminating Pogo-chan. The Twitch, the F2 primary weapon won't be in play because Ghosty has already get that early kill. On the security room, we're going to be seeing Nomad pushing in, and she's going to be using two of her air jabs just to make sure that push from the defenders won't be able to, happen. With Ghosty confirming it, instead of going for the flank, she will, however, hold the angle on the security room to make sure that the flank from the attackers won't be able to happen. Thermite's exothermic charge will be put to use as he used to open up the blue bar wall, followed up with Skullex with the breach stars to take out the castle panel. With Skullex holding the angle, he may be able to eliminate one or two players who are currently holding on the Sunrise bar, and with the blue bar, in which the defenders not having any control on the blue bar. So we're going to be seeing quite a lot of pre-fires. Nexus taken quite a bit of a damage from that pre-fire, but he will still be alive. With those two smoke canisters, all he has to do is wait for the attackers to hear that plant sound, and he will be there to take, he'll be able to throw that smoke canisters to hopefully, eliminate the attacker or maybe push them back. So with a lot of time being wasted, they only have 45 seconds left, as Ghost is still holding. He's still not unaware, but Unknown Gamer is there to hold that angle from security room. Nexus with that kill as he eliminates MBK. Melo will also do the same, eliminating Skullex, which leads to Rennie and Triggered, both of them holding on the offices, and they need to make a play here. Well, looks like that play won't be able to happen, as the Wamai with the MP5K will confirm the kill with the diffuser being dropped, which leads to Triggered. The AK will be able to down one, but it's not going to work out. Nexus with that final kill as he eliminates Trigger. As we take a look at that in the Act Fibernet's instant replay, 2 SMG 11 kills from Nexus, claiming the win that they need, and VPG, they are in the lead here, 5-4 in the second half. Quite interestingly, as on the first half, Extremist Esports had the upper hand, winning quite a lot of defense. But in the second half, when VPG are on defense, they are rocking it. 3 defense rounds in a row in favor of VPG, and all they need right now is 2 more wins against Exterminate Esports to confirm the win against them.
5-4 is the scoreline in favor of Vanquish Paradox, who are 1 round away from the match point on round 10, ladies and gentlemen. They had a little bit of a shaky start, admittedly. Exterminate Esports did put them through their paces, but post roll swap round 7, 3 rounds have gone their way, and they have been doing every single thing they can to make sure that Exterminate are not allowed to get away with any single lead advantage, anything, you name it, and VPG have shut Exterminate down in that aspect. With, of course, a very, very ample use of Malusi right here, Ghosty, making sure that, he brings in everything he can for his team. And he's been doing some good plays as well, getting those early kills. I still remember the fact that the man could quite literally just lay down inside of courtyard and pull off a triple kill on the blue bar push that was coming out from XTM. I believe that was on the first floor kitchen round back in round 8 that VPG won, of course. And yeah, just very, very well done from Ghosty, and just VPG in general, who have been pulling out a great game. But Ronnie with the one tap, Rini, excuse me, with the one tap, is gonna find somebody. Ghosty gonna put out a nice shot in chat, because that was a nice shot. Looks like Ghosty was trying to go for a spawn peek out of that sunrise window, ladies and gentlemen. And he's been taken care of with gusto. Rini beautifully starting things off with the side of XTM, shutting down one of the main players of VPG. But that is not to say that none of the other operators can do much without him. VPG, if anything, especially when they're backed into a corner, are stronger than ever before. Nexus trying to open up the hatch, making sure that there's an active rotate available to the side of Unknown Gamer, potentially if he needs to and is able to make that quick escape, or to get Triggered, who is currently inside of offices, and with the Zophia's drone, knows that there's somebody up there, potentially Smoke, the man who just opened up that hatch, of course. No bodies have been traded after that first one of Ghosty, of course, as a minute 40 remains on the clock for the side of XTM. They need to get into sight. They need to get in as quick as possible, and they need to find a couple of heads and get the diffuser planted. Curiously enough, diffuser has been dropped and not picked up again, but main window of sight has been broken open by the sledge. Twitch, Pogo-chan, he's going to make sure to peek that with the drone in play. Unknown Gamer is going to take some damage, not sure from where though. And the smoke, he's going to be spotted behind the couch as well. Rini with the double, he's found Unknown Gamer. And slowly but surely, VPG are being pushed back by XTM, who are waiting and watching for the mistakes to be made by Vanquish Paradox. Grenade comes out. Gonna find anybody? Nope, it won't. That was an uncooked grenade as well, so it took its sweet time to explode as MBK has pushed in close to the aquarium bar with, of course, the RD scanner, trying to find those pieces of utility that he can take out from inside of there or give call-outs to his teammates for. Interestingly enough, Triggered is still down below. The man is still watching for a blue bar or a hatch drop from aquarium. Does he know? I believe there's a Valkyrie down below as well, if he's aware of that. Mello, I don't think he's aware of where the Nomad is playing. Triggered inside of Blue Bar, and of course Valkyrie inside of Sunrise. There could be a C4 play coming out. No, it won't be, because Triggered is there. But Nanny's found two all of a sudden, as MBK and Nanny and Nexus, excuse me, have found two. MBK and Rini are going down. That's the diffuser drop right there. Very big, but Triggered is going to find one more. Nanny goes down, and now there's a push from the hallway. That's Triggered with another one. XTM will take round 10, as we'll see in the Act Fibernet instant replay right there, ladies and gentlemen. What a round coming out from the side of XTM, losing as a few bodies as they can and doing exactly what I was talking about in the early game so long ago now. Pushing the side of VPG back early and then not letting them trade bodies. Even though Nanny and Nexus, they gave it their all, they were only able to find 2 kills, and those 2 were not enough, as second floor hookah and a billiards room will be the side of choice once again from VPG. And now the round count is equalized. One team will be heading to match point, but who will it be, VPG or XTM? We'll find out in a quick minute.
Well, Triggered eliminating Mello, who was unfortunately, holding on the Sunrise bar. She decides to fall back from the blue bar, in which the Nomad gets the opportunity to not only eliminate the Valk, also went to the top stairs, eliminating 2 of the players, one which was holding on the hookah and the second on the billiards room, giving them the win that they need. Exterminate Esports just equalize their roundouts against VPG. Now, keep that in mind, this is the first round where Team Exterminate Gaming did, however, win on attack on map Coastline against VPG. So not only they have to win one more, but they need to make sure that they get the lead as best as possible, or else we might be able to see overtime in play. And I believe, quite surprisingly, VPG, mostly Ghosty, who was apparently using the bullet hole spawn peek right on the windows of Sunrise Bar, eventually didn't quite work out well, with the great kill being displayed from Rini as he one-tapped him. But hopefully he'll make sure that he's not going to do that same mistake twice, and instead he'll make sure to just do his roam duty and hold some specific angles here. Nani holding on the sunrise bar, most probably with the ghosty as she completes her reinforcements and then just goes downstairs. Now, since we actually did see Rini and Trigger making quite a lot of plays on the side of attacks, hopefully we might be able to see Team Exterminate Esports making quite a lot of play. Oh, that's an unfortunate flashbang in which both of the players on the side of attack will be, however, flashed for around 1 or 2 seconds. Keep that in mind. In a game like Rainbow Six Siege, seconds is more important so that they can get to the site and plant as fast as possible. With Mellow and Unknown Gamer both holding quite adjacent angles together, but the first frag that would come in from Ronin, but whoa, what was that? A one-tap from Mellow as he eliminates Trigger, but Skullex will be there to eliminate Unknown Gamer, giving them the clearance on the second floor hookah room, which all they have to do is throw a bit of a smoke grenade, in which they don't have it. They only have the Thatcher's EMP nades to deny any of the utilities from the defenders, goes for the push-in, and eventually go for the plant. Skullex with a yet another kill, as Pogochamp will be there for the plant. MBK making sure that Nexus won't be able to get another kill, with XTM successfully planting the diffuser, and just like that, it is post-plant situation from VPG. All they have to do is find a total of 3 players, in which all of them are quite outside, and Nani, he has to find all 3 of them. Pogo-chan holding that rappel angle won't work out, as Nani will be able to eliminate him, but at what cost? He still needs to find Rini and MBK as he goes for that default fake defuse. Nani with quite a lot of HP, with MBK on that rappel on towards the balcony, will be there to eliminate Nani from Vanquish Paradox Gaming, giving them the win as they need. Let's take a look at that in Fabrinet's instant replay. Team Exterminate Esports winning 2 rounds on second floor hookah room with quite a great aggression and also quite great one-taps that we get to witness. On the previous round, it was, I believe it was Rini with the one-tap eliminating Ghosty, and this time it was Mellow eliminating Triggered. And with that, Team Exterminate Esports on match point. Will we be able to see VPG going in overtime, or will we be able to see Exterminate Esports winning it against VPG on map Postline? So what do you think, Jack? Will we be able to see overtime, or will Exterminate Esports win it?
Exterminate Esports are on the match point right now, and just like you said, Baba, they are looking very close to the victory. But knowing Vanquish Paradox, they are not about to give up. This change inside going to first floor kitchen service, kitchen and service entrance. I'm so used to saying the cafe, kitchen service, kitchen cooking, but regardless, kitchen and service entrance being in play from VPG. That change in sight is definitely something they needed to do, but more than that, they need to really invest in getting those early kills or avoiding getting picked off early. It's been their bane for some time now, especially in these last 2 rounds. It has been proven by XTM time and time again that VPG are getting, well, after getting picked off early, if they're not able to refrag as soon as possible against XTM, then they are not able to win those rounds. At least they have a less chance, like much less chance to try and win out the round. At least that's what has happened a couple times now, and that's what VPG will be looking to avoid here on round 12. Only 1 round stands between them and overtime, and 1 round stands between them, XTM that is, and victory. We were in a similar situation in the last match, ladies and gentlemen, between Tilt Esports and the Sage Empire, who were up 6-5 right towards the end, and Sage Empire managed to avoid going to overtime. Will XTM manage to avoid the same situation? We'll find that out right now. This round, the next 2 minutes, is going to be crucial for both teams, as Rini is actually preparing a grenade, not quite there. The ADS will be disabled if it is there, of course, and we will join the grenade to take out all of those utilities. There's the Sophia, and looks like it might be a rush-in coming in from the side of the service entrance. It is Ghost. He's going to find one, going to get refragged onto by Skullex instantly. Bodies are about to drop left, right, and center. MBK and Skullex find a couple, but there's a kill from the Valkyrie. As of now, 2v3. Trigger has found Nani in the meanwhile, but does he not see Ash? Mellow, how do you not see him right there prone? The Ash will be refragged onto, and VPG will still win due to Unknown Gamer. right towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna see that in the Act Fibernet instant replay. It was an attempted service entrance rush right there from the side of Vanquish, excuse me, from the side of Exterminate Esports' attack, but it did not work out right towards the end, and that is why round 13 is in play, which means, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Overtime is in play.
Well, just like Jack says it, overtime is in play, and Vanquish Paradox will be the one who will go on defense. First floor kitchen's going to be the side, and with some great, unfortunate events that we'd actually get to witness on round 12. Quite a lot of bumps and bruises from both the teams, but since VPG on
Attackers need to
overtime,
locate
we
and
might
defuse
be
the
able
bomb.
to see, or I would say VPG having an opportunity to salvage this round since the match is on overtime. A lot of pressure being implied on both of these teams as they need to make each shots count. They need to make sure that they would eliminate those utilities as best as possible, and looks like XTM's aggressive plays when it comes to on the first floor kitchen. They were prepped and ready. They knew what kind of places that they were in, but the execution was where it actually fell down. Well, it's going to be like a total of 10 seconds for the prep phase to come to an
5
end,
seconds
and then
remaining.
after that it is XTM's turn to figure out a way
Attackers'
to
objective is
eliminate
to defuse the
VPG's
bomb.
lines of interest. As we proceed to the action phase, we are going to be seeing a Thatcher being in play. Quite surprising. I mean, I wouldn't say surprisingly, because I was just talking about it most of the time. The Jaeger's ADSs will be, instantly, disabled rather than using 2 flashbangs to just exhaust it. But it's just another, it's another trick to make sure that if one sort of strategy doesn't work, we still have the other one, and they would prefer to use it the easy way. With Skullex running out in the courtyard, making sure if there's any footholds, and on the other hand, Trigger with that extreme aggression as he pushes in from the offices and eliminates Ghosty, the important operator who was apparently holding on the side of security room, won't be in play, and Triggered will be there to place his air jab just to make sure that flank routes will be covered. With Pogo-chan holding that inverted rappel yet again, all Trigger needs to do is to eliminate 1 or 2 roamers so that the push will come in from the service entrance and go for the plant. Quite surprising, quite interestingly, you won't be able to see any smoke grenades from the attackers, so it's just going to be a normal push in, and they are going to rely on gun plays so that they can be able to eliminate the anchors who are currently been holding on service entrance, in which Mello and the Nexus, who is apparently playing as the smoke. With those smoke canisters, he can be able to deny the push coming in, but Rini will be there to eliminate 1. Make that 2 as he gets the clearance from the service entrance. Triggered with that push yet again, but will be able to fail none other than Nani, who is still holding on the side of kitchen. Still needs to find 2 more because the control on the service entrance still has the hands on the side of the attackers as Nani gets another kill. Unknown Gamer gets 1 more as he eliminates Pogo-chan, who was apparently making an inverted rappel right from the service entrance. MBK and Skullex, they need to make a play here. Quite a lot of gunfire is being deployed as Skullex will be there to eliminate Nani. It's all down to Unknown Gamer, and he needs to find 2 of those players playing quite very on the side of service entrance, but it's not going to work out. MBK with the G8 LMG will be there to eliminate the final operator of Team VPG, and they will be the one to put this to overtime match point. Wow, quite a surprising amount of events that we get to witness here, ladies and gentlemen. Exterminate Esports on match point, and VPG are in attack. We actually did see first floor kitchen going quite a lot of favor to VPG, but in overtime, Exterminate Esports did, however, find that weakness thanks to Triggered, who was playing as the Nomad, eliminating 2 of those important players, getting the control on service entrance, and just like that, they are 1 point away to securing their victory. Securing their win against Team VPG.
Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar are going to be the site of a choice coming up from the side of Exterminate Esports after that beautiful late round revival of their push. They were losing bodies left and right to the side of VPG's last 2 defenders, but they're able to hold on against all odds and put themselves back up on the match point situation. 7-6 is the scoreline. Overtime match point has been secured. But if VPG manages to equalize this round as well, then we'll be looking at, excuse me there, we'll be looking at maximum overtime, round 15, where there is no chance, there is no lead, and there is no equalizer. That is the last round that can even happen in the entirety of a competitive Rainbow Six game, and that is what VPG need to push for if they want to have a chance of winning this match. Exterminate Esports know this. They're going to be bringing out every single bit that they can, every single piece of utility, every single bit of intel that they can gather. All of it is important, and all of the denials are important as well, as that free fire is going to do some damage to Skullix as well. Mello, of course, I don't think he knows this. He was just trying to open the door right there. But Skullix is a little low on HP due to that wild spray. Pogoshan going for a peek right now. Not going to find it. The Mia goes in as well, but not going to do any damage either. But 3 defenders, I believe, 2 defenders at least, inside at Sunrise. There's a Mira window facing Service Center, seriously enough, as a lot of emphasis is already being put towards the Sunrise entryway from the side of Vanquish Paradox. They want to get in here, and they want to do it quickly, as a Selma breach is going to be attempted. It's not going to go off because of course, the mute jammer. Skullix barely missing the head of one of the attackers. Not sure exactly who that was, while Manny's trying to fight somebody on second floor. Goes to find Rennie in the meanwhile. That is going to drop one, and that looks like was the defender, the Jaeger on blue stairs, who has been taken care of. 1 X-Team member down, 4 to go. That's what VPG is looking at right now. As the C4 comes up, will not find it. Pogoshan will go down and taken care of. That is the other C4 operator who has been taken down by Ghosty. Verticality established and kills being taken. He's going to see the Mina, and he's going to take that kill as well. Triple for Ghosty. The man has come out to play right now. And they're shutting down the side of XTM 1 by 1. The sledge is making things happen. Unknown Gamer has spotted somebody on the 90 hallway. He's trying to go for this peek any second now. Will he find him? Triggered. He's going to pull back instead as Nexus is going for the plant. There's nobody inside the Sunrise. Control has been taken. The plant is about to go off. Goes by the quad as MBK will go down. It's all down to Triggered. A 1v5. He's going to do some damage, and he's barely going to get away from Unknown Gamer. Sights pushing in through Aquarium. Ghost is going to get that call, but is he going to get the kill? No, he will not. Unknown Gamer will be the one to take it. No ace for Ghosty today, but it was a brilliant 4K to give his team once again the equalizer on round 14, as we see in the Act Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. Round 14 has just ended. VPG have just equalized, and now it is a maximum overtime, 7-7 between both teams, and we're down to the very last round of this entire match.
Well, the final round, ladies and gentlemen. This is the round in which we get to determine who is going to win. Actually, we are not the ones who's actually going to determine. It's going to be the game who's actually going to determine who's going to win it out. Anyways, jokes aside, 7-7 final round. We're going to be seeing a team VPG defending on first floor kitchen. Quite surprisingly, because we actually did see on round 13 where VPG were defending on that same site, and they did not quite recover it in well-fashioned manner, with the team Exterminate Esports winning on that overtime. Actually, on round 13, with them, VPG, they still think that they can be able to hold this site out, but only time will tell when they finish up their prep phase, reinforcing the entire walls, placing their utilities at the right position, and make sure that they hold on to as best as possible. Now, Team Exterminate Esports, they know that aggression is a no-go, just like we saw on the previous round, I believe, on round 12, when they were defending, when VPG was defending on first floor kitchen. That heavy aggressiveness didn't quite work out well, but hopefully with Team Exterminate Esports, they might have some tricks that they need. All they have to do is gain the control of second floor penthouse, maybe on the VIP lounge, open up lines of sight, and maybe eliminate the important players who are anchoring the sites on the first floor kitchen. Now with Pogochan, I believe he's going to do the same thing yet again. Inverted rappel on the service entrance doorway with a or possible chances of Claymore, just to make sure if the defenders
Bomb
try to
located
go
by
in for
attackers.
that heavy aggressiveness run out,
Drop the
and
bomb
that Claymore will
diffuser.
be there to save one, but Ghosty will be there to eliminate Grinny with the diffuser down. That is not going to go well in the favor of Team Exterminate Esports, as that would be the first hard breacher down. The sledge will no longer be in play, and also he won't be there to open up lines of sight on second floor penthouse and theater. With the Nexus holding all by himself with the deployable shield, mind you, he will be there to throw those smoke canisters and make sure that push won't be there to eliminate as fast as possible. Now, quite a lot of gunfire being thrown out on the reception, and quite surprisingly, Ghosty is not eliminated just now. The diffuser is, however, dropped in behind the cars, and ooh, that pick from Mello eliminating MBK leads to only 3 players of Team Exterminate Esports, Kalex, Pogochan, and Triggered. As we hear one of the smoke canisters being thrown out, the Triggered will be there to eliminate the Jaeger, giving them the control on security room as well as the office room. But at what cost? There is one important player holding on reception room, and that would be the Doc, Ghosty, with that first early kill, and he needs to worry about both of those angles here, as he's actually taking quite a lot of damage, but that downed will be in effect. Skullex taking that kill, eliminating Ghosty, will give that clearance on reception room, but at what cost? They still need to get the clearance on the side first. They don't have the diffuser in hand, in which Skullex will be there to recover it. They have quite a lot of time. They have drone outs. All they have to do is eliminate 3 of the players on VPG, at least go for the plant on service entrance. And quite surprisingly, we actually did see a diffuser not being picked out. I don't know why it is. Well, anyways, with Skullex and Trigger, there you go. With Pogochan picking up the diffuser, he will be there with his teammates Skullex, and another one in which Unknown Gamer did eliminate Trigger, which leads to the only 2 operators left on XTM, and they need to make this play count. Keep that in mind that this is round 15, the final round, to make sure that they get the victory, and looks like VPG has the upper hand here. They only have 30 seconds left. Exterminate Esports, they need to make a play here, as Nexus will be there to use one more of those smoke canisters to push off any push coming in from the attackers, and quite surprisingly, he doesn't have any smoke canisters left. Push comes in, Mello will be there for the pre-fire, as Nexus will be there to eliminate Skullex, but Pogochan will be there for the instant reflag, but Nexus will be there yet again with the SMG-11 pre-fire to the wall as he eliminates the final operator of Team Exterminate Esports. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet's instant replay. My oh my, Vanquish, Paradox Gaming, they did had quite a long fight, to be honest. They did had a shaky start on the side of attack, but my oh my, on defense, they did recover it in well-fashioned manner. And just like that, VPG will be there to claim their victory against Exterminate Esports on map Coastline. What a match that we get to witness here on this specific day. And well played to Team Exterminate Gaming. They did, however, get those quite important kills on the side of attack, and also a huge appreciation to Triggered, as he was there to eliminate 2 of those important fraggers on the side of Team VPG. But quite sadly, VPG was there to claim that victory against XTM. Well played to VPG, and also, well effort being displayed from Team Exterminate Gaming.
Absolutely a huge 2 games for the first half of the day, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic set of games coming out from all 4 teams, as Vanquish, Paradox Gaming are going to be the victors against Exterminate Esports, and we'll get to see that, a little bit more of that, of course, in the Relive the Moment, going over the highlights of the game that we just saw. For all of our viewers in chat, and of course all of the players that played in just a moment, as a VPG 8-7 to them. It was a long game, and there were so many twists and turns at all points. VPG, they looked a little slow to start, but once that startup was finished, once they got going, they were hard to stop. But XTM, a similar story from them as well. But in the difference is the early game was entirely XTM's. They not only took the lead in round 3, they were able to hold on to that lead across rounds 5 and 6, and it was post roll swap in the mid game that VPG really started making things count. And after that, of course, the rest is history. Exterminate managed to come back right towards the end, winning rounds 10 and 11, but then VPG stopped them from going to victory as they equalized on round 12. And we get to see there were some great plays being made by both teams, and it was just overall a fantastic game that we got to see. This one particularly from the side of VPG was an interesting round to say the least. With a minute 30 remaining, all they had to do was get into sight, and they did that so quickly and efficiently, seeing that there were only 2 defenders in and close to sight. Everybody else was above, out in the hallway by reception, and that left side too vulnerable, which gave VPG a flawless round. Similarly, coming back to round 5, it was a little bit of an interesting situation right there. This round was won primarily down to Triggered the Castle, making plays happen right towards the end. It was, of course, a 2v2, I believe. And yeah, shots were being exchanged all over the place, and the Valkyrie went down, but Triggered was able to hold on for his team, clutching that 1v2, getting the counter defuse, and winning the match for his team. Absolutely destroying the side of VPG right towards the end there. Then, of course, we have round 6. How can we forget this one? It was a play and a half coming out from Rini. Found the ace in the hallway, found Gochi trying to come in, and then the last one through those many lines of sight that have been made earlier. Of course, that was all the way up till round 6. As round 7 onwards, there was even more action, and VPG post round 7, they were very, very strong, weren't they, Baba?
And absolutely, I do have to agree on that, Jack. On the first few halves, Team BPG didn't had quite good day when it comes to being on the side of attack, but in defense, my oh my, that they actually did put up a great fight, except on round 10 and 11, where Team Exterminate Esports did, however, gain the upper hand thanks to Triggered, who was playing as the Nomad with the AK primary weapon, eliminating the roamers, and then gets the control on the side. It was quite interesting to see how Exterminate Esports almost had their victory against VPG, but the most important thing that they have to include on it is that when VPG was defending on the first floor kitchen, Exterminate Esports decided to go for a full-on 5-to-5 rush. I mean, I actually don't know why I said 5-to-5. I was actually saying total of 5-man push on the service entrance, in which we actually did get to see quite a lot of bloodbath. The Ash not figuring it out, the Legion did not figure it out where exactly Ash's location was, and the Ash, even though he did eliminate the guy who was playing near close on the rotation hole, it didn't quite work out well, and with some excellent hold from VPG Gaming, they almost converted it around and kept this match on overtime, in which VPG still decides to defend on first floor kitchen, in which Team Extremist Esports, all they had to do was to just gain control on the second floor penthouse, and they were the one who were in the lead in overtime match point, and then at the instant VPG just recovered it back again when they were defending on the first floor sunrise bar, in which it was quite a lot of back and forth, and also quite a lot of adaptative plays being shown off from both of these teams. But in the end, we'd get to see VPG emerge victorious against Team Exterminate Gaming and Exterminate Esports, my apologies. But yeah, and in the end, on first floor blue bar, the attack that we actually did get to see, gaining the control on Hookah Lounge, opening those lines of sights, eliminating those important operators, gave them the opportunity. And with that, Team VPG winning on first floor blue bar, they will, however, claim that victory against Team Exterminate Esports.
Absolutely, it was a fantastic last round coming out from both teams. VPG looked strong, and they continue to hold on against all odds. Round 15 going to them gave them the victory right at the end, and that is exactly what they needed, because after all, that round was the last round to be, and there are no more rounds past maximum overtime. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this first half of streams today at the WD Black the Esports Club Pro League. And we, of course, will be coming back with a second stream with 2 more matches for all of our viewers to enjoy. Team Heat will be facing off against Tilt Esports, who are returning after their first game earlier today. And then Saw Faith will be facing off against Nevermind Esports. 2 very, very interesting games, especially Nevermind Esports. They are a very surprising team that has made their way up to divisions, a solo team, as far as I've been told by the admins, and this should be a very interesting match coming up, set of matches coming up for all of our viewers at home. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be ending this first stream right here, and we'll see you with the second stream very, very shortly. Stay tuned.